Africa. I'm going to see if I can't try to at least post. I would love to go and do my live show from South Africa. I'll talk to my producer. We'll figure that out. But anyhow, here is your affirmation. I like to take care of myself with love through rest, play, movement, and positive thinking. I freaking love this. I love this because I am so excited because I'm going to take care of myself with love through rest. I'm definitely going to be resting while I'm in South Africa. I am planning to play, absolutely. Movement, I'm planning to meditate and do a little yoga out there with the zebras and the rhinos and the giraffes. And positive thinking. And how can you not think positive when you are out, being one with nature and a beautiful, beautiful country and just getting that time to zen? I'm super excited. So that for me fits beautifully. And I hope that it also fits for any of the listeners on tonight, or if you ever get the chance to hop on and listen to the A1R Psychic Radio, the Moonstruck TV, my show, The Mini Medium, and many, many others that are now part of A1R that are phenomenal, very gifted readers. So, all right. Well, let's go ahead and let's take my first caller. And this is Jenny from Nebraska. Hi, Jenny.
Hi. Did you say South Africa?
I am going to South Africa.
Oh, that's where my grandson's father is from. That's
really?
Amazing.
Oh my gosh.
I'm
Okay,
sorry?
no coincidences. No coincidence.
That's just so cool. And you said 32.
That.
I don't know. I'm sure it doesn't. I was like trying to think if something 32 pertained to me. And that's actually when I got pregnant with my last daughter. And I had asked the universe for her.
Oh my gosh. Well, I love that. And I always say that, the visions that I get, sometimes I question them, but I know without a doubt there's a reason. So here we are bringing up two beautiful connections with you. And I just, through the fact that South Africa is familiar and then the number 32. So I love that.
And her favorite animal is giraffe.
Are you serious? Well,
yeah.
So
I was just sitting here like smiling.
I love that. Well, funny story, just really quick. I went and got my nails done today, and if you go on and watch the video later, either on YouTube or on Facebook, but I chose to I'm wearing a very zebra outfit, and I was getting my nails done, and I asked to do zebra, and then after I thought, oh, I love giraffes. Maybe I should have done giraffes, but either way, I'm excited to go and see all these.
Oh yeah, that's really neat. It just made me think of a funny thing, but I'll just message it to you instead.
Yes, please. I would love that.
My mind goes all over the place.
Like me too, hon. I'm definitely one that I'm a Gemini. So
nails. And there's a funny. I will send you like a link or something to it, because there's like a cartoon where this lady's doing this other lady's nails. Like part of it says, "Do you have a boyfriend?" And she says, "No."
Yes.
"You want Jewel $5 more?" And she says, "No, that's why you know boyfriend."
I know exactly which one you're talking about, Jenny, and I love it. She says, "Oh, you have boyfriend?" And she says, "No." "Oh, why you no have? Why you no have?"
Yeah. And then you want Jewel $5 more? No, that's why you know boyfriend. You didn't want to pay the extra to have her nails prettier.
I know. I love that.
That's hilarious.
She is hilarious. Oh my gosh. Yes.
And my oldest daughter can do that voice identically.
Oh yeah.
It sounds just like it. And I've had neighbor kids that are like, "That's not your daughter." I'm like, "Yeah, it is." "Well, she sounds like she's Chinese." I was like, "She is. You didn't know that?"
Yeah, right. She's just very good at doing interpretations. That's what it is.
Funny.
Oh, I love it. Oh, Jenny, you're so fun. I'm so happy that you are on my show. Tell me, have you ever had a reading done before?
I love AR1 radio. I just haven't been on for quite a while.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
they're wonderful people.
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
and I have not seen you before, so it's been a while, I guess, because I've not seen you.
Yeah.
And I'm just
Well,
excited. And I have to ask.
am
You said something.
excited.
You said
Yeah.
mini medium.
Yes. So I am 5 feet tall, and
Okay.
I have been a practicing psychic medium for 27 years. And so
Nice.
yeah, so my license plate says mini medium and everything. So yeah, that is my name. Yeah. My husband is the one that came up with that. So he's very creative. And
My mother is 4'8".
oh, I love her. She's my people.
She's a feisty little Pollock.
Oh yes, they say we're
Yeah.
firecrackers. Firecrackers.
Yesterday,
Well,
I read a thing about how, because I have a lot of friends that are shorter than I am, and I'm only 5'6", but I saw this thing that said, "I'm not short, God only grows things to perfection."
That's right. That is so true.
So,
and I agree.
Start growing you.
That's so true. Oh my gosh, I love it. I'll remember that one. That's another good one. I love it. Well, tell me what kind of reading. How can I help you tonight?
Um, sorry, I haven't. There it goes. I haven't called for a while because I have a lot going on, and I hate putting out bad juju. I just want to know if, like, I don't know, whatever you feel comfortable with. If you have any of my people that I looked up to that have passed, to have a message, or if you want to do a card, or if you reading, just whatever feel you get. Just, you know what I mean?
Yes, I do. I love it. Very open to whatever messages we get. So, no, I love that. And I'll tell you, just as you've been talking, my room here, I have a beautiful studio, and where I do my private readings or Zoom readings or my show, and the room gets very different when I start to channel the other side. And so, just as you started to talk, I started to feel the energy shift, which is such a good sign. I also sweat, and I'm starting to get sweaty, which I know is really weird and it's really gross, but it's always my sign of energy that's here. Yeah, it's always my, I guess I would say, my yes or no connection to with the other side.
Yeah.
Now tell me, I do get numbers a lot. So numerology for me and in my readings is very important. And as I've been sitting here, I, uh, I really like the number 32. I keep feeling a very strong female, and she just keeps showing me the number 9. So the month of September, the 9th of a month, 9 years ago. Do you connect with the number 9 with someone who has passed?
I'm sorry. I just got done posting on my Facebook that I miss my vodka, my grandma. Her birthday was November 9th.
Oh my gosh. Oh, this is beautiful, Jenny. Oh my gosh. Well, there you go. There's even more validation of
and on my post, it says that I wish that I hope that I made her proud, and that I hope that I'm 1/10 of the strong woman that she was.
Oh,
you said a strong person, and I'm just like, yeah, that's. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it was her.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I love that.
She survived a switch.
No, you're good, hun. I love that, and I love that. Out of 31 days in a month, and then she shows me her birthday, the number 9. I mean, how beautiful that she given us this validation of what you did, and seeing, that you posted this. And without a doubt, with all of my being, Jenny, your grandmother is so proud of you. And I feel like one of the things she has shown me too Um, and I don't know what this is about, so I'm just going to tell you, and hopefully you connect with this. But
Mhm.
I am seeing owls, owls, not the bird, the
Owls.
owl. Yes.
Wow. One's
Do
been
you
hanging
connect?
around outside
Are you serious?
in the back. Yeah.
Oh, oh my
my
goodness.
oldest daughter, my oldest daughter lost her best friend the end of April. I think it was beginning of May. I'm sorry. I feel bad I forgot, but she was telling me about this owl, and I was out talking to it, hooting back and forth, whatever, like 2 nights ago.
Oh my goodness. Okay, well, here you go. Here's another just beautiful validation of your grandmother being right outside and guiding and protecting and watching over all of you. And I really feel that the 32 is her way of connecting as well. And I know you said this is your daughter's. You were 32 when you had your daughter. Is that
My
correct? Or your
youngest
last?
daughter, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm going to tell you, I feel your grandmother is really wanting to validate too that your youngest daughter, who we validated the 32 with, is very gifted. I feel she, even just intuitively, I can feel her energy and very special. I feel she's just got some very special gifts. So
Yeah, she is, yeah,
yeah,
definitely gifted.
she is, if she is, and this, your grandmother, validating that too. And I don't know, I have a name coming through, and names are a bit cryptic for me. But I keep hearing like the name, like with an E, like Eva or Evelyn or an E name. Do you connect with the name with the letter E beginning?
Uh, oh
Not
my
many
gosh,
names that
I've
start.
lost so many people. I can't think.
Okay,
Uh,
that's
there's
okay.
a
No,
distant cousin I haven't talked to in many years, so I don't think she would be coming through. And I think she's still with us, so I'm not sure. Maybe Boxa has a message for Evelyn. I don't know.
yeah, yeah. So I was just keep that in mind. Keep that the name in mind, just because there's a reason why I'm seeing that, or even Eleanor. It's like it's very distinguished name. I can feel coming from her. Um, Now I know I've got about, gosh, I don't know, maybe 5 6 minutes. I know my shows are so short. Oh, my producer said 8 minutes. So, and I know I've got another caller waiting, but please, if you can, I know you're in Nebraska, and I'm not sure the time zone, but at 7:45 Mountain Time. So right now it's about probably 6:20 my time. I do free readings on my Facebook page. It's Stephanie.
It's 7:20 here.
Okay, so it'll be 8:45 your time. If you
Oh,
hop on
okay.
my Stephanie's tarot reading page, I would love to continue this reading for free for you. So if you want to, here in an hour ish, hop on to Stephanie's tarot readings, and I'll continue where we're leaving off because I have more for you. Does that work?
Oh my gosh, I would love that, and I can't wait to tell my daughters, especially my younger
Yeah.
one, um,
Oh,
because she's been having a hard time lately.
oh,
So,
well, you definitely, yeah, hop on and bring them with you if you can, or have them hop on too.
okay, yeah,
Okay. All right, Jenny. Well, I can't wait to see you here in a little bit. You have a great, wonderful night. But I'll talk to you here soon for sure. Okay.
okay, thank you so much.
Okay. You're so welcome. Bye bye. Okay. All right. I would love to take my next caller. I know I don't have Tony. Hi, Tony.
Hello?
This is Stephanie, the mini medium. How can I help you tonight?
Oh, I just wanted to see if uh, I lost my little brother 7 years ago, and I didn't know if you could tell me if he's been trying to send me signs to connect with me.
And you said this is your brother?
Yeah, my baby brother.
Baby brother. Okay. I'm so sorry for your loss, my friend. Um, can I ask really quickly, do you connect with the number 32 with yourself or your brother by chance?
32. Oh, not that I know of. I mean, that doesn't really,
That's okay. Sometimes the number is, I get numbers, and so I like to see if maybe my caller before you did connect with that number. So I'll get numbers as I'm channeling the other side. But speaking of numbers, I keep seeing the number 12 with you. So 12 is the month of December or the 12th of a month. Um,
right.
do you connect with that number with yourself or your baby brother?
Not with my baby brother, no, but I do connect with that number with my husband. So and
Okay.
so that may be why, because we are having problems, or at this time we're separated.
Okay. Okay. All right, and so that would be why. That would be where the vision is coming in. Now, one thing I do feel, I know I don't have a lot of time, probably about 5 minutes, but I want to tell you the first feeling I was getting when you mentioned the loss of your brother was that there was this overwhelming sense of wanting to apologize to you, telling you, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Um, and I feel it's because your brother is just taking so much responsibility for his passing. I feel like I keep getting that he could have, possibly changed things up in his life that would have led him a different path. Do you understand
Right.
that with your brother? Does that make
Yeah, because I mean he was actually killed by a DUI driver, but he was on the road at like say 4 o'clock in the morning. So his lifestyle is what had him on the road. You know what I'm
ah,
saying? Yeah.
yes, I see. I see why he's saying, "Gosh, I should have, or I could have gone a different direction, or I could have just stayed home, or
Right.
and I do feel that he's, if I'm channeling him, I feel this coming through. And do you connect with the name? Oh, well, your name is Tony. Well, I keep hearing Anthony. Anthony. So, do you connect with the name Anthony?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Um, and may I ask how you connect with that name? Is that someone you
Well,
were?
Anthony is I, I have another brother named Anthony, and I have a
Oh,
nephew named Anthony.
okay. Okay. I feel this is your brother, and I feel that your brother in spirit is bringing up your brother. Do you see how this comes through? Um, how they bring names through. Um, No, I've got about 2 minutes left for you, but I want to tell you, um, I truly feel that your brother is wanting and needing for you to know that, for one thing, Tony, he was not in pain. I do not feel he's in pain or was in pain. I do feel that I feel he crossed over and then came back into the physical world and then crossed over again. When I get that feeling, it's usually because he may have been resuscitated, it may have been on life support. Um, so if this is your brother, I want you to know that the soul I'm channeling is making me feel that way. And in addition, also a sense of him really being around you. And please watch for this sign from your brother. He is leaving you coins, like ridiculous amounts.
Yeah.
So,
Yes,
so
I've been finding a lot of 1979 coins, and that's the year he was
yes,
born.
yes,
Yes.
okay. I love that because he was showing me the year on the coin, so that even is more validation. Um,
Yep.
so I love that we just had a few minutes, but I hope that this just gave you some peace and comfort in knowing that
Yes.
he's a very protective soul, my friend, very much so.
Right.
Well, I've enjoyed this short minute, a couple minutes,
Yes.
but I hope this gave you some peace, my friend.
Yes. Thank you.
Good. You're welcome. You have a beautiful night, okay?
You too. You too.
All right. Bye-bye. All right. Well, thank you, friends. I appreciate you all being here, and I am excited. Please send me all lots of love and light as to go on this trip and 20-something hours on a plane. But I will see you guys hopefully next week. If not, maybe a couple weeks out. All right. See you guys. Bye-bye.
to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome. Time for Jacqueline Close-More Live with Jacqueline Close-More. Jacqueline Close-More. Live from jacqueline.com.au. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is Jacqueline Close-More Live on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hello, welcome to the show. I'm Jacqueline. You're on A1R Psychic Radio and Moonstruck TV. Coming to you live from Melbourne, yes, in Australia. And we've been journeying along the major arcana and the tarot sort of a little bit haphazardly, but never mind. So I'm going to continue that journey today with the Moon card, which is actually showing up quite well today, so that's good. We're looking at Pisces as a sun sign there, and you can see that crayfish at the very front, right down here. There he is. And then we've got the wolf and the dog, the moon, the two towers, and a great big long journey ahead type of energy. And we've literally just in the last couple of days had the lunar eclipse and a full moon, and it was a blood moon. And boy, it was a very red moon. So, you know, I find it really interesting when people go, oh, look, planets and moons, they don't affect anything. And then you got other people who go, it's the moon's fault or it's Mercury retrograde's fault. And it's like, both sides are a little bit extreme there. Let's just say that if you're in the emergency department working there, and I have a number of clients who are in emergency departments working there on various levels of operation. I also have some clients who, you know, are in certain positions in society that has them as first responders to things. So it's really interesting, you know, besides obviously emergency department has a first responder element, but I'm talking about other sort of services, you know, that people can be in, where they can be helping people as a first responder. So what I find with them is I've sort of said, well, you know, full moons, come on now. And they go, well, yes, actually, we get a lot higher number of accidents and emergencies in a full moon and more car crashes and more really weird car crashes and people just kind of going off, you know. We are 70 to 80% water in our beings. I'm not sure. Some people might have more orange juice than water. I'm not sure, but essentially it's water. And the moon, the full moon, we sort of talk about tides to do with the moon and certain moon phases having to do with tidal shifts and, you know, king tides and things like that. So when people sort of say the moon can't affect anything, I don't know. I mean, it seems to affect a lot. So you can say what you like about that, but, you know, it's kind of showing up in various statistics as to why, you know, that has something to do with how things can be for people. But in this moon card, you can sort of be dealing with the aspect of, well, obviously it's nighttime. We don't really see the moon usually unless it's nighttime. Just going to angle this around so that you can see it as well. Kind of glowing, isn't it? A bit like the moon does at night sometimes. When we look at the moon card as an energy and a principle and a nurturing kind of component, we often see that cobalt blue colour around the edge of the moon in that dark night sky. Obviously not so much the red moon, but when it's just normal full moon. So that cobalt blue colour can actually be really kind of calming, soothing, healing. If we think of which chakra relates to blue, obviously it's the throat chakra. So this is how we hear people, how we speak from, you know, our own sense of voice. And that kind of colour relates often to people who, you know, have a strong sense of their own authority, that may have some authority issues or issues with people trying to, you know, tell them what to do and get a bit cranky with them. So you can sort of find that in that colour, it's kind of a soothing, calming quality. Too much of blue. So if you're thinking of painting your bedroom a deep cobalt blue, can I suggest maybe not? Tempting though it is for some people. You can get the blues by having too much blue. The sky is blue, it's great, but it's not our entire environment. We have the grass is green, and we've got a whole range of other colours going on. And it's all about having balance. So, drawing down the energy of the moon can actually be really helpful for people like me who have ADHD and, we've already got too much energy. I was at a ritual once where everyone there was drawing down the sun, which I knew for myself not to do because I've already got that much of that energy going on that I hardly need more of it, and I'd probably be awake for the next 48 hours if I did that one. Whereas if I draw down the moon, it's a nice settling energy. So when you're wanting to draw down the moon, you can literally stand out in a full moon night and just, literally hands up in the air and just ask for that energy to come down over you and to draw that right down the whole length of your body, right down to your feet, and just imagine that energy going through your whole body as well. And then as it's doing that, taking that right down into the soles of your feet, and imagine that going down into the earth and anchoring that right down as far as you feel is right, and then drawing that earth energy up through you. And then that can actually give you a nice both calming of drawing the moon down, but then also earthing of bringing that earth connection energy up to you. When we sort of think of the moon energy, we're usually thinking of a feminine energy, and there are many phases to the moon. The most powerful, most feminine aspect of the moon sort of transitions through its many phases is actually the new moon, and that's where you can't see the moon at all at that point, And when we think of the full moon, what's making it us able to see the moon? Well, it's actually the light of the sun, which hilariously the light of my lamp is just distorting this image. So, when we're looking at the full moon, we're actually looking at the light of the sun reflecting on the moon. So it's kind of a connection of the sun and moon in that vision, whereas in the moon being the dark moon or new moon, that's the full kind of possibility of what's coming, the new possibilities of fertility. If we sort of think of the seed about to breach, having sprouted, and the leaves of that are starting to breach the surface, that's where that new moon energy is. It's sort of like, all right, the germination's happened, everything's starting to actually be able to take that next step of breaching the surface. So that's where you're going to go into more the crescent moon and all that sort of thing, and then into the full moon of, illumination in that sort of sense. We see the wolf and the dog, so it's sort of representing the tame and the wild aspects of ourselves and our psyche. And in the moon card, we can find issues around anxiety. So going to howl at the moon, like really, having enough, being up to here. So it can be anxiety, it can be sort of self-doubt. There can be deceptive qualities going on. You can be wanting to know the truth when you're coming up with this card. People with an 18-day of birth as well, they tend to be, what I found quite often is there's a tendency there to be quite connected to the moon. And so some people with that numbering will be really very creative on a full moon. Others will be more the new moon. It depends on their cycle. If we sort of think of the first ever calendar was actually, marked with 28 days on a bone. People thought that was done by man. Well, you sort of think of the moon cycle and you think of women's cycles, reproductive cycles, and, well, men don't really have a 28-day cycle, do they? But women do, and not all women are 28. Sometimes it's less and more, and there can be various reasons for that. But if you ever think of how, the first calendar came about, that's it right there. And that's sort of going around the cycle of the moon as well. Sometimes we have 12 moons in a year, sometimes 13, and it sort of alternates through the time. So when you're going in through a process of going through the moon, you're looking at your emotions, you're looking at your inner world a lot more, the mysterious, the deep, the dreams particularly, and this can sort of bring out nightmares, or it can bring out prophetic dreams. It could bring out manifestation type scenarios. So there's a lot in the moon card that you can get. And as I was saying about, moon, day of birth, moon people, 18, that does come down to 9. 1 and 8 is 9. So that's the hermit card. So there's an aspect of them also that will be a bit sort of like, I'm going to go up my own way and just put the cloak over and check you next time, but there can also be, for some people, a bit more of a kind of a more extreme relationship with those energies of the moon and of emotions, and other people, they're going to have a lot more stable. You sort of look at different traits, whether it be star signs, numerological signs, tarot signs, and there are lesser and greater extremes, and then the more positive or the negative traits of where that can go. So when we sort of talk about anxiety, we can also be talking about, well, here's over here on one extreme, huge anxiety. Over here, it's like, and I have calmed. So that peacefulness. So they're sort of on that same bandwidth of, am I settled or unsettled? Am I peaceful or unpeaceful? So there's that aspect. And then there's also truth versus lies that comes through that as well. And then the dreams or the nightmares, and also the dreams of what's possible, and I'm being optimistic versus, oh, no, I can't do it. So, you sort of look at a card and, it's not just going to be, everything's great. Sometimes it can be what it's pointing out, where you can go next with this, or where your challenges are. When you're looking at cards, that's how you can kind of go into it. So, it can be a really healthy and sound exercise to actually get out the major arcana and maybe shuffle that and just ask to pull one card, but what is it I need to know right now, or what area of growth can I have? And then that can bring out different cards, and certainly that kind of reflection can kind of help you get a lot more clarity around what's happening for you. And the thing to do, though, when you get cards is not to go, don't like that answer, gonna shuffle again, or I don't like the answer this feels like it's giving me, so I'm going to go purely to the rosy side, or, I'm kind of pessimistic, so I'm not going to see the positives, only the negatives. So it's really important to kind of try and have a fairly balanced aspect of how you're looking at it. But that's me today on the moon card. This weekend, I will be appearing at Warragul at Lardner Park in Victoria on Sunday. I'll be doing a live talk and readings demonstration for the audience. It's all free. Just pop along and come on in. There's an entry fee, but everything in there as far as workshops is free. And I'll also be doing one-to-one paid readings at my stand at Warragul, and also next week back at Melbourne as usual. And I look forward to catching up with you next week. In the meantime, it's been lovely connecting with you. Hope to connect with you next week, and lots of love. Bye for now.
listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome. Time for Medicine for Your Spirit with Raylene Byrne. Live from RayleneByrne.com. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, ask1radio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is Medicine for Your Spirit on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Namaste. This is Raylene Byrne, Medicine for Your Spirit. It's always a great joy and a great honour and a privilege to come in here once a week and share, support, offer guidance perhaps. But I want to share a quick story before I get into it. We all know we're going through this massive time at the moment, and we're all physically rewriting ourselves, rearranging, and we're starting to remember, that there's a light within us that is guiding us through our world. And we've got to learn how to tap into that and trust it even more. So the other day I was on a conference call with a group of people who are putting together a documentary on, this consciousness awareness that's going on around the world. And one of the people said, can't we just get all the powerful light workers of the world together and set our intention to eradicate all the darkness in the world and get rid of all the dark energies and the negativity and get into this blissful place? And I listened to them all chatting, and in my heart I was thinking, this sounds like you'd want to go to war again. Haven't we had enough of that? And I waited till everyone had finished adding their piece, and then I said to them, look, what it sounds like to me is that you guys want to create a bonfire. This is the analogy, and throw everything into it and burn it up so there's nothing left. And I said, I understand that, but that takes a hell of a lot of energy and a lot of focus and a lot of power to do that. Where we are now with this new energy that's around and these awarenesses that are coming up within us, isn't it more effective for each of us to ignite the light that we are, to expand the light that we are, so our whole world is covered in flames, like little candle lights, seeing candles being lit everywhere, that flame everywhere. So when we hold a light within ourselves, our own knowing and our own divinity and our own truth, that ripples out and it lights the spark in so many others. Having more light, like candles lit up, like, seeing 100 candles on a birthday cake. You see a globe, our world, covered in little candle lights all over the place. Wouldn't that be more effective? And that means we don't have to gather and pull everything together to have a big bonfire. We actually go about who we are. And that feels more in line with where we're going. It feels more collaborative. It feels more connected for me. And anyway, at the end of it, a few of them sort of dropped their mouths open and they said, oh my God, you're right. It's like trying to eradicate something is a war mentality. It is about completely trying to annihilate something. So when we start looking at darkness or dark areas of our life or shadow stuff, just remember the simplicity is this. Darkness is only the absence of light. That's all it is. It's just the absence of light. And I often see this with people when they start talking to me about, they're fearful of something. I always give them this example. When you're putting a child to bed and they say, can you please leave the light on? Or can you please leave a night light happening for me? And you say, well, yeah, sure, I can do that. Because the child is saying, I'm scared of the dark. What they're really saying is, I love the light. So if we can put that into many things in our life, when we start looking at what we're afraid of or what we're scared of. I'm scared of being alone. Well, what you're really wanting to say is, I love being connected. I'm really scared of failing. What you're really saying is, I love the idea of succeeding. So this is where we increase our own light. We start to look at where the absence of light is, where the fear or the restrictions or the resistances are, and we start to look at what we're actually really wanting. Our light becomes stronger, we expand, it inspires those around us, their little lights start to flicker on, and all of a sudden we have this bigger level of connection, awareness, consciousness, uplifting energy, and that will keep the darkness in places where it needs to be, but it's not overtaking us because we're not afraid of it, because we love the light, we love our own light. So that's just my little bit of wisdom for today. Instead of trying to fight everything, own your own light, be your own light, be in that, expand that, share that, and let that create the change, because that's how it's going to happen now. We don't have to fight. We don't have to go to war with anything anymore. All right. Now, apparently I have a caller here, Cassia from Canada. Hello. How can I help, guide, support, offer assistance? Hit me with it.
I'm not sure what to ask. Like, can you please, like, kind of help me? Like, what kind of questions am I able to ask you?
Sorry, you're a bit muffled. Can you say that again, please?
I'm starting, like, I'm kind of getting serious with this guy, and I'm wondering if this is a good idea.
So it's a bit muffled. What I'm hearing is you are seeing some guy and you're a bit confused.
Wait, can you say that again?
Are you saying that you're seeing this guy and you're a bit confused?
If I should get serious with him, because it kind of seems like he's getting serious, but I feel like he's still stuck up on his ex.
It's really hard to hear everything you're saying. It's a bit muffled. So I always go to this. If you're in yourself feeling something is not where you're ready, not what you're ready for, if you have got past experiences that are getting in the way of you opening up to something else, that's a healing process. You need to have a healing process or a healing experience around this. So you want to get serious with this guy, but you're not sure how it'll be reciprocated. That's maybe what you're trying to say. So we have to understand what we want for ourselves. And we have to be truthful with that. If you're feeling that this person is someone you want to have more, a deeper connection with, I would feel really strongly. This is me. I'm pretty blunt. I'll say it this way. We have to be honest enough to say, this is what I'm looking for. This is what I'm feeling is right for me in this situation. And we've got to lay our truth and lay our heart out, because we don't have time anymore to waste on pretending to be something or want something, or even diminishing ourselves from something that we really desire, hoping that the person we're involved with will finally come on board. If we haven't learned over the last 30, 40, 50, 60 years that if we don't ask for what we want, we end up settling for what we don't want. And we waste time, energy, and we become resentful and we become picky and judgy after a bit of time when the person that we're trying to be involved with isn't stepping up to what we want or isn't fulfilling what we want. So I don't know if you've heard me speak before, but I say this to everyone. Find what it is you want for yourself in any relationship and give it to yourself first. Fill yourself with it. Then you don't need something or somebody in your life to fill you. you can then open your heart easily because you know what's right for you. So in this situation, you've met this guy, all I can say is, I'm really blunt, is be clear, be truthful, be honest, tell him where you are at in your own heart. And if that person can be there and match you where you're at, fabulous. They might be waiting for something like that, a sign to, or words for them to go, okay, now I know that this is, going somewhere. But if they're not ready for it, then you have the choice to go, this isn't for me then. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I get what you're saying.
Yeah. And look, Cassia, at the end of the day, really and truly, we are, and I keep saying this is my business, Medicine for Your Spirit, we know what's right for us. Energetically and at soul level, we have written a blueprint for what we're meant to experience in this life, who we're meant to meet, the heartbreaks and the heart celebrations, all the success and all the failures. We've already agreed to it. So when we go into these experiences where we're questioning anything, then we've got to look at ourselves and go, what am I questioning in myself? Am I really? Am I questioning, is this person right for me? I want to get serious and maybe I'm not getting that reciprocated feeling. Maybe I need to ask, what is it that I'm really wanting from this? What is it that I'm trying to find that will give me the confidence or the courage to go forward? And it always comes down to be who you are, speak your truth, open your heart. Communication is the biggest thing in all relationships. And if we can't communicate what's going on for us in any moment because we're holding back, we're fearful of being rejected, or we're fearful of being dumped, or we're fearful of somebody, moving on from us, then you're going to settle for things that you don't really want. You'll settle for less than what you deserve. We have to really know what we want and settle, and not settle, but make it happen. Go for it. Be truthful. Speak it. This is the time. This is the world we're in now. And you can't hold back anymore. You've got to be really strong in yourself. So I'm just going to pull a card for you, because I pulled one at the start. And the card that's just jumped out is Heart Wisdom. Your heart knows. Listen to the call of your heart. It's your guide in love. That's what it says. Look at that. It's beautiful. So your heart knows. You actually do know. You just got to take action. That's all. Take action. Okay. And whatever the outcome is, you already knew in your heart that was the possible outcome. Okay?
Okay.
I hope that's helpful.
Yeah, it's helpful.
Blessings to you. So anyone who's watching, I do have a website with loads of stuff on it, www.raylenebird.com. I'm all about helping people remember that they are the magic in their life, and they are medicine. You are the medicine for your own spirit. You are it. The more we tap in, the more magic we see. So bye for now.
You're listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome. Time for Full Circle Wellness U with Renee John. Renee John, live from FullCircleWellnessU.net. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is Full Circle Wellness U on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hello. Good afternoon. Good evening. How are you tonight? It's so good to be here. I've really looked forward to this all week. I'm very excited. I hope everyone has had a beautiful week and having a beautiful day. It's been really interesting here in Tennessee. I've been getting a lot of calls from clients talking to me about various health challenges that are going on with them. Yes, a lot of them are vaccinated, and they're having a lot of, I guess, let's call them rebound effects from this. There are some amazing herbs that I know as an herbalist that I know that we can share and talk about. I'd love to schedule any kind of private time that anyone needs to go over the different types of herbs, the different types of protocols that you can use to go into deep detox for these challenges. There's, of course, many, many, many herbs for many different challenges, regardless of, for vaccination damage. There's a lot of people that are interested, of course, in losing weight and getting healthier, getting sexier. It's summertime. Everybody wants to look good. And, I'm really excited to help people do that as well. I've had several people call me this week to ask me about, stress. What's going on with their stress in their life? It seems like people are having a hard time finding the balance. They're just struggling. They don't know which way to go, and you know what I got to tell them? And this might sound funny coming from somebody on a video, but, turn off the electronics for a while. Take a step back. Let's take a step back and go inside. Let's tune in, do some praying, do some contemplation, and go deep within, just turn everything off. It's amazing. When you get into silence, you can really hear God, your source, speaking to you, and I mean speaking to you. You get clear understandings. If you've got a career challenge coming up, or a personal situation happening, a health situation happening, sometimes we just have to get quiet and listen to that still voice within. And when we do, it just makes it so much easier to understand what we're supposed to do next, instead of just running around frantically. One lady told me she feels like a chicken with her head cut off, just out there running around everywhere, not knowing which way to go. She said, y'all remember the kid story, Henny Penny, the sky is falling, the sky is falling. But the sky really wasn't falling. Henny Penny was a bit of I guess, a bit of paranoid, just a little bit. And we know there's real challenges in life. I'm not joking about that. There really are. We do have serious health problems, and God knows our world is having challenges with wars and, all the things that are going on out there, and our crazy governments. All of them it just seems like some bad Hollywood movie to me, and people get so wrapped up in it. And it's kind of like pornography, but it's fear porn, and fear changes your energy, guys. Fear will bring you to places of anxiety where you can't sleep, you can't eat, you're angry, you're scared, you're terrified everywhere you go because you read something, saw something, heard something. And for a lot of people, they sit on, the news like all day long. I've had clients go to their houses that have 2-3 TVs going and just da 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 all day long. And it's not often that they have good stuff on that news, and they just want to keep us scared. And my theory is, and my spirits and guides have told me this, the reason for this is, if we can live in fear, we can be controlled. When you believe in God, and you believe in a higher power, you believe in your source energy, you can't be controlled. The worst thing that can happen is you can die. And if you die, you just transition on and you go back home. You go to that next beautiful experience, and if you believe it, you come back, if that's in your belief. It's in my belief system, because I am a past life regressionist. And from what God has shared with me in my lifetime, I know that I'm an eternal being. I'm this amazing spirit, eternal being, as are you. And we're just having these little human experiences right now. And we're being tested and we're learning and we're sharing and we're teaching. And that's all it is. So when you get to that place, what I like to tell my clients is put your hand on your heart. Oh, yeah. Feel that. Take a nice breath in and out. Try it again. Just breathe in and out. About 5 breaths like that, and you slow down. Your blood pressure comes down, your heart rate decreases, your mind slows down. You've got kids or dogs or whatever around you, everything shifts. That energy shifts. And when the energy shifts, everyone feels it. Everyone in your household, everyone across the world, actually, because we're all interconnected. So, just to remember to just take a breath, step back, go into that silence and just find those answers. Or maybe you're not looking for an answer. Maybe you just need some peace. And that's where it's at. That's right where it's at. You can always count on that. When everything else is going crazy around you, just take those breaths. You owe it to yourself. You deserve it. And just tune in, just for a little while. Just tune right in. So last week, we made a pact. Me and several other people, quite a few people actually, now have this pact, and I invited each of you to join. And it's not too late. It never will be. You're to get a journal. You're to write down what's going on in your life as far as your mind, body, spirit challenges or things that you want to improve upon. And I said that I would help you each week and give you a tip. This week's tip is on the alkalinity of the body. It is so important that our pH be alkaline and not acidic. Acids corrode, destroy. Alkalinity brings peace and healing. Alkaline water can balance your body. You can alkaline your water by putting lemon, in this case orange, in your water. Lemon's a little stronger, more powerful than orange as far as alkalinity. And just squeeze about half of a lemon in a 32-ounce glass of water and sip on that and get your acid levels down, bring your alkalinity up, and watch as those joints start to release. You don't have all that stiffness and tightness. If you've got congestion and phlegm in your sinuses, your lungs, wherever, you'll start to notice, you'll start bringing that up and out. The more you drink that, the better you'll feel. And it's such an easy, amazing little tip just to, bring your health back around and get more in balance. No, it's not going to cure absolutely everything that ails you right off the bat, but it'll definitely get you on the right path and on the right course to get you there. The other thing is to add fruits into your diet, as much fruit as you can. You can look this up on Google. Please research anything I tell you, and go with your own intuition because everyone's different. Some people tell me that lemon bothers them. Well, that's because they're highly acidic. And what's happening is they're getting to that alkalinity. And like anything, when you're injured, it takes time to heal. And if you've ever had a broke bone or you've been ill, you didn't just wake up the next day over your flu. You have to go through all that hacking and coughing and choking and gagging and fevers and all of it to get back to balance. So fruit seems to uncover our challenges. And when you become alkaline, as you become alkaline, you'll notice that you'll have more symptoms. And as you're having those symptoms, they're just symptoms. It doesn't mean you're getting sicker. It actually means you're getting healthier. And no, I'm not a doctor, but I am an herbalist. This is my story. This is what I've done through my health journey. So anything I share with you, trust me, it's my health journey. And I know what worked for me. So I'll share with you, and you take this for the best way that you can, or don't. Throw it aside. It's okay too. We all have our own journey and our own choices. However, there's one other little thing, and it's interesting. If you get up tomorrow morning, first urine of the day, I'd like you to pee in a jar, put a lid on it, set it aside. Go back a couple hours later, check that urine out, look at it in the jar, and notice if it's clear. If it's very, very clear, your kidneys are not filtering, and that means your lymphatic system is not working. We need to get that right. The lemon water will help that. The fruit will definitely start clearing that up. But there's lots of beautiful herbs that I can share with you. If you're interested, you can contact me at my website or at my Gmail account, which is Full Circle Wellness U, YOU, at gmail.com. That's Full Circle Wellness U at gmail.com. And just let me know what it is that you need help with. And, I'll do my best to get you motivated and on the right track. I also have courses that I offer that I would love to share with each and every one of you. We have groups on Facebook, Full Circle Wellness U as well. And that's a private group. You can come in, it's free. So you can come in and get whatever wisdom we have there. And you can also share your information there. So again, back to that urine. If the urine's clear, you're not filtering. If it's really mucky, dirty, looks like a snow globe, hey, you're filtering. That's beautiful. Not many people have that experience. So it's really an interesting thing to do. You should do it probably once, twice a month at least, and then get an idea of where you need to go from there. So what is it that brings you joy? What is it that trips your trigger? For me, it's gardening. For me, it's the water, any form of water. I can take a bath and just be in heaven, or I can go out to the lake or the beach, whatever it is. It's very soothing and very healing to be in nature. And I would love for each of you to share, what it is that you find joy in. Is it family? Is it, I don't know, skiing? Is it, boating? Is it drawing? Is it music? Is it cooking? What is it that brings you joy? It is so important for us to have joy in our lives, right along with that silence and that quiet and that solitude. So whatever it is, I challenge you this week to find something that really brings you joy and share it with us. Let us know. Hi, Kimberly. How can I help you today?
Hi, I just wanted to get a reading to see, whatever you want to say to me.
Well, first I'd like to say that I'm glad that you reached out tonight and that we get to connect. I feel like there's something that you need to ask. Is there a question that's pressing on your mind?
I want to talk to my dad.
I'm sorry, say that again?
I want to talk to my dad.
Okay.
I want to talk to my dad.
I understand. Hmm. I'm seeing like white tulips.
I'm
I
not
get a
hearing
sense
you very
that I'm sorry. I'm seeing white tulips, flowers. Can you understand me?
What do white tulips mean?
I feel like they're a gift to you. It's a sign of purity, of love.
Yeah. I know.
It's as if they're being like laid out for you, as if to say that this is what you deserve, and that this is what you need to know, that this is what you are, that you are pure love.
My dad.
Can you understand me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I get a sense. Yes, absolutely. I get a sense of this person that just like a big heart. They're just someone that had everything to give. But it's the message that I feel is so important is that you understand that you are pure love, that you are the one that is valuable.
I hope so.
Do you
To my
understand that?
sister.
Yes.
I want to
Yes,
be to
you
my
are. You're
sister.
very
Yes.
valuable.
But I will really need to talk to my dad. That's why I called you.
Is there an issue around a house with your father?
My dad died.
Right. I understand that. I'm sorry. I lost my dad just a few years ago too. It's been very, very difficult. I feel for you. I truly do. Was there a challenge around some property, like a real estate when your dad passed away, a house?
My mom sold the house, but there's no
Okay.
real issue about it. There might be issue about other real estate property I don't know he owns. There's issues around other things, but I'm not sure about a house.
Yeah, it's property. It's property, but I do feel like it is a house. What is it that you would
Um,
like to ask your dad? Do you need
I
closure?
want to ask you if my dad thinks that I'm doing the right thing, what he wants me to do.
Again, I see these white lilies. I'm not exactly sure. For me, lilies represent love and like purity, as if, the purity in your choice is yours.
My dad thinks I would do the right thing by everybody. So yeah, I believe that he thinks I'm pure and that things like that. But am I actually doing the right thing by him? Because he told me to, and I don't know if I am or not.
I see like this golden, it's like a golden aura around, like around a circle. It's like a circle with a golden aura above it and around it. And again, back to those white lilies, it's like they're in the center of it. And absolutely, you're honoring the decisions that you said you would make. There's no doubt about it. I feel that very strong. But there's always free choice. It's like, it's more important that you do what's right. Okay, so you know, on this side, before we transition on this side, we see things one way. As your father slips onto the other side, he can see things from the greater perspective. So the choices that you make are going to be the absolute perfect choice.
I hope so. I only want to do what he wants me to do. And it's hard. Because some people don't want me to do that.
Right, that you made an agreement, correct?
I did. I promised.
That's that golden circle. The circle has to be fulfilled. You have to do what you promise. It's not about the other people. It's about your commitment and your promise.
Yeah.
It's a complete circle to finish
Even
it.
if people think I'm wrong?
Doesn't matter.
No.
Doesn't matter what
I
other
don't think
people
so
think.
either.
The agreement that you made.
They don't know him, right? They don't know him. They don't know what he wanted. Only I do.
No, you have to do, I feel that what I'm sensing is he wants you to do what you agreed to do and make that complete circle. It's like the circle's open, but you're going to do it. It's just you're nervous about it.
I've already
There's a
done
lot
it,
of emotion around it.
I've done it, but everything hasn't come through yet, but I've started it, what he wanted me to do. Does he have any messages for me?
It will. Yes, to just you have to just stand. You have to stand in what you know is right, and you can't
My
waver.
sister
That's why that circle has to be complete.
to get me to call this number, you know. And
Your
she
sister?
believes in. She is spiritual. I'm kind of not. She believes in things that I'm unsure of. So she kept on telling me call and see what you guys say or what you say. What did you say your name was again? I'm sorry.
My name's Renee.
Renee? Okay.
Yes. Yeah. Hi. You know,
Hi.
it's funny to me sometimes when we don't, have faith in something, someone else can like loan us their faith, and that's what it sounds like to me. But you're doing what's right.
Well,
You just, you're going to have to stand in your power and not allow anyone to sway you. And with that, you're going to get stronger. And that's where that circle becomes full. And that's what that purity of the lilies are. They're beautiful. They're bright white and they're just glowing, and it's like a gift from heaven. It's like this is what you are, and this is what you need to accept yourself as. And by making these decisions and doing what you said you do, regardless of what other people say, is going to prove to yourself, because your father knows you. And on the other side, he has all the answers. He has all the answers. Anything he was questioning, anything any of us are questioning now, when we cross over in the blink of an eye, we have those answers. We're not struggling anymore.
my father never questioned anything. He was so brilliant. He's so intelligent. He knew everything.
It's wonderful.
But
Well, he really knows everything now.
well, I can't say he knew everything, but he knew a lot. And he taught us a lot.
Right.
And I just miss him so much, and I need his guidance. And I don't know what to do without his answers. Like, I
think you
every
should
day.
I think you should spend some time in nature. I really do. And, go out in nature and talk to your dad and talk to God and ask for a clear sign, because that's what you need. I feel like you're wavering there. Like you want to believe, you want to, trust what I'm saying, what you feel, but you just don't quite trust it. You need proof. So ask for it.
Yeah.
Tell God, say a prayer and say, I need proof. What do you want? I mean, what do you want? You want a feather? You want a specific flower? What do you want? Ask for a specific sign, and then get still and listen and look for that sign, and you'll find it. It will come to you.
I tell
and you'll feel it. Do you ever feel, have you felt your father's hands on your shoulders?
I saw him in my dream last night.
Okay.
I was crying for his help in my dream.
Well, he's with you. I feel, I see like him. Go ahead.
He just answered every question I ever had in life. And now he's not here to answer the question I need most of what to do.
He already told you what to do, right?
He did tell me what to do, yes.
Well, you already have your answer. It is hard. I agree. It is hard. But he has faith in you, That's why he told you, you know what to do. Now you just need to take those steps and do it. Just allow yourself to believe. But I keep seeing an image of him standing behind you with his hands on your shoulders.
Yeah, he would always protect me. Well, what about my sisters?
I'm sorry?
My sisters, do they trust me? Do they know that I'm doing the right thing? My sisters. all I care about.
They there's a lot of questions around your choices, but again, it's not about that. It's almost like this is a test for you to see if you'll do what you're supposed to do.
Well, they tell me I'm supposed to do this.
Will they?
And I'm the strong one. I don't know. Sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah, I do feel that in you. So use that strength and you do what you said you'll do. You do it and you do it with confidence. So Kimberly,
Is my dad happy?
I'm gonna have. Yes, absolutely.
Is he at peace?
Absolutely. There's no pain. I'm gonna have to let you go, dear. I've got like a minute to wrap up the show. You have a beautiful night, okay?
Okay.
Take care. Goodbye. Thank you, everyone. This was a great show. I hope Kimberly got what she needed from this call. And everyone, grab your journal and let's meet back next Wednesday. Come back, call me, fullcirclewellnessu@gmail.com, Renee Johnson, 931-239-2592. And I'll talk to y'all soon. I really, really appreciate your time. Remember to get out in nature, have a good time. Take care of yourselves. Find that silence within. Don't forget to go within always. That's where we're going to find our answers. It's so important to just take that time. And if you're open to it, do that little pee test tomorrow morning. Pee in the jar, check your urine, see, just see what it's like. And let's go from there, okay? It's been wonderful. Y'all have a blessed night. And just keep smiling, keep looking up, and remember, everything you see on the screen, everything you hear is not true. Put your hand on your heart and decide what's true for yourself. And never, ever, ever forget, you never walk alone. I love y'all. Y'all have a beautiful night and take care.
listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, Enlightening Television. Welcome. Time for Soul Tea with Marie, with Antoinette Marie. Antoinette Marie. Live from AntoinetteMarie.net. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is Soul Tea with Marie on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hello, my beautiful souls. Welcome to Soul to Soul Connection tonight. I'm happy to be here. I am going to take a call this evening in a few minutes, but I wanted to just chat a little bit, maybe pull a card. And I wanted to say, for anyone that's listening and anyone that wants to call in, I just want to do a little bit of a trigger warning for anyone that is tuning in. A lot of souls that come to me, usually they are dealing with heavy trauma. Even when it comes to someone that's passed over, a lot of times their death may have been a little bit more severe than the average death. So I just want to make everyone aware of that is watching this. And I seem to deal with a lot of abuse or drug addictions, alcoholism, even suicidal tendencies that happen. So for anyone that is watching, I just want to make you aware of that seems to be my calling. And I don't want anyone to get upset by that. So anyway, moving on to lighter things. I'm going to pull a card and see what comes up. And I did pull cards before I came on for a couple people that may not be able to get through this evening. And it may be someone that's going to pull through too. So please pay attention. Some of the cards I pulled were sobriety and motivation. So someone out there is in need of a little bit of a push to become sober or to keep going on that path. So I am sending you love and light to find a resource or find some kind of strength to just keep going minute by minute, day by day. I know it's a hard road, and sometimes we have to do these things on our own. We don't have anybody else. You know, we wish family were there. We wish friends were there. But unfortunately, that doesn't always occur, and we have to keep pushing along, and we have to do this for ourselves. So I am sending you a lot of love. And if you hear anything, I am in a hotel right now. I do readings across the country at different places. So at the moment, I'm in a hotel and there's some noise, and I don't use headphones. It takes away from me hearing spirit for some reason. So I apologize for that. The next cards that I pulled were, and I wasn't sure about this, but it came through twice. And I thought, okay, someone out there needs to hear this, whether it's going to be the caller or it's someone that's listening. So this is on religion and spirituality. And then the second card was, you know what, actually, I'm going to show you the cards first. Which is, and I'm actually getting a caller. I'm going to show these. Hannah, are you there?
Yes.
Hi, Hannah. Okay. I'm just going to show these first two cards, and then I'm going to move on to you. But I just want everyone to see. Can we see this? Not real good with the camera yet. Maybe not. Maybe we can't. Anyway, well, I will leave those go. But hello, Hannah. How are you doing this evening?
Fine. How are you?
I am good. I'm good. I'm just going to quickly say to wherever you are that anything negative, just to leave your area, and that you are surrounded by healing and peace and love and anything else. So let that be removed as we do this reading.
Okay.
So, okay. What is your purpose this evening for the phone call? What is it that you are needing guidance on?
Just whatever really spirit, just a lot. I'm just dealing with a lot in my life in different areas. And, and maybe I was trying to see, maybe a general to see what I get, but I've just been dealing with a very lot.
Got it. Okay. So maybe a few of these cards might have been pulled for you as well. So I did get a name, and I don't know if this goes with you. I'm just going to put it out there for you or whoever's listening. I got a name, Tammy. And if that doesn't go with you, if you don't have a Tammy in your life, we'll leave that go.
Tammy?
Say it again?
You said Tammy?
A Tammy, yes. I don't usually get names, but I got Tammy this evening right before I was preparing. So if you have a Tammy, that is for you. If it's not, it would be for someone that's listening. But just in case it is, I wanted to put it out there for you.
Okay.
Okay, so okay, Hannah. What I am getting is that you're at a crossroads in your life, and you need to make a change. And you are deciding. Say it again?
Yes, I do.
Okay. And you are looking to make a change. So there are a couple different things that you actually want to change, but one of them is with a relationship. And I actually pulled the card leaving, and so I actually see someone walking out the door. Say it again?
I said I live right next to a train track. Sorry.
Oh, that's okay. So I see a door actually opening and someone walking out of the door. I see someone turning a blind eye to what's happening in your situation. And I see a lot of pollution, a lot of, I'll call it chaos happening. There is also, and I'm going to throw this stuff out here and then we can pull it apart. I see drug addiction around you as well, whether that's you or someone in your vicinity.
I know. Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I'm talking about? Does that resonate?
I know exactly what you're talking about, to the drug addiction.
There is, so I'm actually seeing it's almost like corn stalks around you of addiction. So it is, addiction kind of rules your world, rules your life right now. Because this isn't just one person. This almost seems like this is, I'll call it, what I'm getting is a family affair. So this just isn't, this is almost like a circle of life. It seems like it's just all around you. And there is a lot of pain with that. And someone is losing the battle as well to addiction. Yeah, they're losing the battle right now, and they may not make it. And I know that's really hard to hear. I don't, and again, like I said in the beginning, anyone who's listening, these are triggers. You cannot save this person. You cannot save anyone. Because this isn't just one person. There are a couple different people in your life that you are trying to save, and you do need to walk away to a certain degree. You need to protect yourself, and you're not doing that. You are allowing this to affect your day-to-day life. And it's just not this. There are other, I even see, like you're spending money to buy food for someone. You are something with work. You're either stopping work or you're doing too much work. I think it's a little of both. Like you're trying to overwork and then you don't work because you're helping people, financially supporting people. You're being robbed of your own life because people are pulling you in all kinds of ways. And I almost feel like you're ready to have your own nervous breakdown because you're helping everyone and no one is helping you. It's like I can feel, I'm not shaking, but I can feel the shakes of you where you are kind of, yes. Okay. Yeah. Yes, you are. And there is the person that's supposed to be there for you is not there for you.
Yes.
They're just not. And I am really sorry that they aren't. And you are alone in many ways. I will say this, we can't see them. We can't see what source brings us or God. I feel like you do have a faith and you do use God and Jesus in your wording. They do bring us healing. And I know that's not enough right now, but I do want you to take that from this call that you are not alone. You can pray. Someone is listening, even though it seems like they aren't, even though it seems like you are alone and that the person that you're laying next to is has no care about what's happening with you, and that you are supporting everyone and that there is nothing there. I know this is a really down conversation, but there are things at work that will help you. You just need to keep putting one foot in front of the other. And the people that have addictions, you need to walk away. And your own addictions as well. If you're drinking, you need to put that down. You need to take care of yourself. You need to take care of your own health because you're putting that on the wayside. You need to start eating a little bit more healthier. You need to, is it caffeine? Is it soda? I think it might be soda.
Yes.
Okay. Because they're telling me soda. She needs to stop drinking soda. Enough with the caffeine, but they're not really mentioning coffee. So you must drink more soda than coffee. And it's not healthy. All that sugar is not healthy for you. And you're eating the sugar and you're drinking the sugar because you're also eating the sugar because I just said eating. So you must be eating it.
No, not eating sugar, but I do drink a lot of friggin' soda. No,
Okay.
no.
Okay. The reason why you are having all that sugar in your body is it's a dopamine and it's spiking you to for happiness. Basically, that's where you're finding your happiness. So you're drinking because you think you just want to drink it, but you're actually drinking it because you're trying to get it's like a hit of happy, a hit of happy, a hit of happy every time you have a sip or a drink or a cup, and your body gets immune to it. So you got to drink more and more and more to get that hit. It's almost like cocaine, even though it's not, but Coke. So that's what's happening right there. So you need to start cutting that out and trying to find joy in something else. But I know you're running because you're trying to take care of everyone, including your own household, and all of the finances. Not all of them, but a lot of them are on you because you take care of another household as well.
Yes.
Yeah. And so, because I do see that you're getting money coming in from someone else to take care of your household, but your money is also going out to another household as well. So you're taking care of two households. And because of that, you're just going and going and going. So you need to learn to say no. That's your biggest obstacle in life, is saying no. And then your second one would be putting you first. And to do those two is really hard, but that's where your baby steps have to start. And it can be even so when your phone rings off the hook, because your phone rings a lot, whether it's texts or phone calls. Yeah. Oh yeah. I can see that. Like you are, it's just nonstop for you. It's like the soda. Your phone is going and going and going, and they are just hitting you up. So maybe we need to put that on silence for a while. Just take an hour for yourself, because you don't do that. When you finally get home and you turn the TV on or whatever it is that you do, it's you like music, actually. You really like music.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, the music is where you go. But you like to dance, but I don't see you dancing a lot anymore. Like, but that is in you to want to dance. And I do see you, I want to say when you were younger, you not you were a professional dancer, but you used to go dancing. Like that's who you are, and you have lost that spark. So I would love to see you turn on some music and just shut yourself away and turn the phone off, unless that's where your music comes from. But turn off the phone calls, turn off the texting, and start cutting out soda and start saying no. As for the addictions and everything around you, you can't cure anyone. And if someone is going, if that is how they're going to go, that's their choice.
Yeah. Well, the only other thing is like when you said something about the crossroads in my life about my relationship. You know, the
Yes.
relationship.
Mhm.
Well, it's complicated because I wanted to say something because, like, I have a good friend that stays, you know, around me at all times. But I have my father's kid, daddy, that we were together 14 years. And then the man I was seeing, he's incarcerated. So I don't know, like, I've been, like, really going through, like, emotional and stressed out about, like, and having mixed emotions about what I need to do. And, like, a lot of feelings just come back. And
So that would be the door, the opening and closing. I didn't realize that would signify incarceration. My guides tell me, again, you have to go back to you first. So those relationships, they have to be put on the back burner. So I'm just going to stay with you, Hannah. I have another caller, but I'm just going to stay with you. I have a few more minutes left, but this way we can, I can devote my time here. So I would say, yeah, you need to put those relationships, those men on the back burner, especially when it's incarcerated. If you want to stay in touch, you want to write letters.
you know, this thing,
But
my child, the kid's father, he's incarcerated too, but he's a trustee, but he's changed his life all the way around, gave it to God. He's like, he's really living for God now, and he's been living for God for about a year and a half, 2 years now.
gotcha. That would, so you would be the one.
That was my baby's father, yes.
So I
But
pulled
the,
these two cards, and I would say these are for you: religion and spirituality, and keep the faith. So they would be dealing with him. But my guides and my angels are still telling me that I know you're confused on everything, but we need to get you healthy first. We need to get you in a good place first. All of that confusion that's happening with him being incarcerated, even though he's turned his life around, it's you that we need to get clear first. Before you can deal with that, we need to get you to like yourself again, really like yourself, to feel.
I don't know who I am anymore.
Exactly. Exactly. And that's why that's why the angels guys are saying we need to put that on hold while you just find some space to do a little bit of dancing, a little bit of joy, a little bit of happiness for just you, turning the phone off, not listening to everybody else. That's what you need to do. And that includes the men. Everybody needs to kind of go from you, unless we need friendships. I understand all that, but all this
One of my
burden.
brothers just had a double heart attack and had to have open heart surgery Monday.
Okay. Okay.
Like an hour and a half away from me.
Interesting. So right before I did this, I was getting chest pain. I was getting my throat closed up. And I also saw someone that was being shot. So I don't know if you know anyone that, I'm just putting this out there in case any of this is with you, because the chest pain, it felt like I was having a heart attack. So, right. So that there's one more person, one more weight that is on you yet again. And it does, even though you love these people, you have to put yourself first. If your cup is already running over, there's nothing there for you. You have to fill your cup up with yourself first. That has to be full for you so you can give to everyone else. So everything that, as it overflows into everyone else, that's how that works. But if you are filled with everyone else, there's nothing there for you. So you have nothing to give. And you have to be able to give to yourself first. And you're not.
I haven't gave myself in a very long time. I've not done nothing good or nice for myself in a very long time. And what I tell you, get up.
Right. Right. I can see that. My guides are telling me that you are not, you're not you're not doing anything for yourself except for working. You work, you sleep, you eat. Everything you do is for somebody else. Even your profession is for somebody else. You are not living any dreams or passions. You have a dream. We all have dreams. You have a small passion, whether it's something like writing, painting. There's something that you like to do creatively.
Yes, it is. Yes, I do.
Okay. And they're telling me you need to start doing that again. You need to start doing that again. You're not gonna. They're saying about money. They're saying you're not gonna make money at it right now if that's what you're thinking. But you need to do it just for your soul, for your spirit to feel alive. You need that to feel alive.
Yeah, because my dad's very sick also. That's another thing on my plate. He's got 2 different types of cancer. I've lost my mother and my sister. I'm dealing with it so much.
You need to stop, my dear. You need to stop,
and
Hannah.
He's been really, really sick to his stomach, and the doctors can't find out what's wrong.
The one with cancer?
But he's been nauseous. Yes, my dad. They can't figure out why the nauseous is so bad.
Where is his cancer?
He had prostate and right close to the chest, like it's in the lymph node.
Ask them to check
But
his
he has
kidney.
this on the left breast. He has a knot that come up, and it's some type of tissue. They did a mammogram. It's some type of tissue.
Ask them to check his kidneys.
Kidneys.
Yes, he needs his kidneys checked.
Yeah, because they had to do that once before because he was peeing blood, and he had to go to a uronologist, and that's when they found the cancer.
His kidneys are what's making him nauseous.
Okay.
He needs to have that checked again.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that because he's been, would that make him really nauseous and hurt kind of towards the back area a lot?
I don't know about the back area.
Well, he had a back injury a long time ago, so, but.
With
the doctors cannot find nothing. They have tried everything, but they have not tried the kidneys yet.
Try the kidneys. And yeah, the kidneys, yes, your back. I'm sorry, I thought you meant something else by back area. Yes, that would affect your back.
The kidneys will make you very nauseous and sick.
Yes, it would make him nauseous because of the prostate cancer. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
It could possibly be.
Say that last part.
I said you said it could possibly be.
I think it's his kidneys. I definitely think it's his kidney. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I'm diagnosed. Me and both my kids have muscular dystrophy, and there's no cure for us.
No cure for.
But I get up in the muscular dystrophy.
Oh, right. Wow, you have a lot on your plate, my dear. A lot. So I just want to go back to your father. The eating. So you just make sure that he is eating with his because he's nauseous. We want to make sure he's getting the right nutrients as well. And I don't think he's getting all the nutrients that he needs. So you need to make sure when he gets his kidneys checked that they check, however they check nutrition, the nutrients in his body, to make sure that that is that's the correct levels.
The nutrition in his body.
The nutrients of his body, like whatever we need, like vitamin D, A, all those different things. You need to make sure he has the correct nutrients, because he's not eating as much as he should because he's nauseous. He's missing. I would think it's potassium. Have them check potassium.
Okay.
So kidneys and potassium, and then the nutrients.
Okay.
And we have about a minute yet. So if we get cut off, just know. So potassium, kidneys, nutrients, and you should ask them if there's anything he can eat that's like a smoothie that wouldn't hurt his stomach as much. Although I don't think he should be eating anything like dairy products, because I feel like there's some kind of lactate, something with lactate, whether it's deficiency or
like lactose.
Right. I don't think he is, but he might be now that with the cancer, things might have changed inside of with his body. We have 60 seconds, just so you know. So make sure he can eat like, I guess liquid foods is what I'm trying to say. But I would take the dairy out if you could. That will help his stomach, to coat his stomach. They can do something to coat his stomach so that he can eat something. So those things, definitely check with him. And I just, because we're going to run out of time here, again, I want to send you love and peace. And please, please put yourself first. Just take even 10 minutes for yourself every day. Just shut everything down. Go listen to your favorite song, whatever that is from the 60s. I feel like you like a little bit of the 60s music, and just listen to it. Whether it's Janis Joplin, whatever, listen to it. Just one or two songs. You have to do that for yourself, and do the creative project. Get it done, Hannah, get it done. And you have people around you that love you. You don't see them, but they love you.
You're listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome. Time for the Psychic Side with John Capello. John Capello. Live from JohnCapello.com. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02 888-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/Psychic Radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is the Psychic Side on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Well, hello and greetings. Hello and welcome to the Psychic Side radio podcast here on the A1R Psychic Radio Network, the #1 psychic radio program or network on Earth. We're also on Moonstruck TV, Lightning TV, a bunch of other places. And like the song says, I am everywhere, man, here on the Psychic Side. So I'm your host, John Capello, and I'm a psychic medium from Texas. I'm also an astrologer. My work spans over a 30-year period, and I've been using my psychic abilities a lot longer than that, though. So I've been working with this for quite a long time. So I want to just start the show off by wishing a belated Happy Mother's Day to the moms out there. I missed that last week. I apologize, and I want to just wish all the moms, I hope they had a happy day. I gave my wife some chocolate covered strawberries, and she was very happy about that. So I'm pleased that she was happy. Also, I want to let you know that this past week, a couple of days ago, I got an email, and it was from the Next Generation Indie Book Awards. And my book, one of my new books, I hope you can see it there, The Angel Kitten That Saved Christmas, it became a finalist. I don't know if you can see that very well. Became a finalist in the religious fiction category, which I wasn't sure. I didn't know I put it in that category, but I did. And so it's a finalist in that category. I was really happy about that. It's the second time I've either won or placed in the Next Generation Indie Book Awards. It's a tough competition. There's thousands of books that get in there, and so they have committees that look these things over. And so it's really an honor to be a finalist. And they give you a gold medal. I don't know if it's gold, but it's they give you a facsimile of a gold medal, and you get a lot of stickers and things like that in recognition as a finalist. If you are a winner, they give you $100, so that's good. But it's quite an honor, and I don't want to diminish it in any way. I won also in 2013 with my book Open the Mind, Exercise the Soul. So I've had a long drought, but I don't write books on a mass basis. I'm trying to figure out how to do that, but I'm really happy that that's happened. The award season for books has just begun, and so keep your fingers crossed that the other books that I've just recently produced will also join the Angel Kitten Who Saved Christmas with a pedigree of awards. So I'm really happy about that. So I want to start out talking a little bit about what happened over the weekend. I went to Midwest City, Oklahoma, and that's where I did my usual spirit gallery, aura photography, and private readings. And I just see so much with my psychic work, and I feel like in some ways the work is kind of a ministry, and I'm delighted to do it. I'm happy to do it and be there for people. But I have to just say that there's just a lot of broken people, a lot of people that are searching for answers in life. A lot of people that things just hit them out of the blue, and it's difficult to cope. And it's not a criticism. It's just an observation. And we want a sense of healing to people that need help. And it's not just in one area of the country, because you've heard me speak of this before in other places that I've gone, whether it's in the state of Texas or Oklahoma or Kansas or just other places. And I've been across the United States, and it just seems that there's just this certain difficulties that probably could have been avoided if people had just stopped to think. It's just a pervasive situation that's going on in our society right now. I guess there's just a sense of selfishness and hedonism that exists, and is supported by a lack of discipline, low self-esteem, the media, and many times we don't receive the support from those closest to us, like our parents, our loved ones. And if we don't have coping skills, or we don't have the will to overcome issues, it's very difficult, and especially when you're dealing with things like suicide. The way people take their lives is awful, and sometimes they do it with a little bit of spite. Um, I'm not trying to say anything about any particular reading, but one person hung themselves, and when their wife woke up, he was hanging in front of her, and these are you see certain things clairvoyantly, and you just say to yourself, what in the world's going on? So I want to, just like I say, send healing around people. Many times when you're doing readings, you see shrouds. I just want to say this about this, because if you're in the business, you might see a shroud. Some people say, well, I can't read certain people, and it might be because they have this energy field around them, which is protective. But usually it's something involving a trauma, whether it be violence or sexual misconduct or something like that. And it really gets deep. And that's why, like I say, psychics really, in a way, have a kind of ministry because of their gifts, and because the things that they pick up around people. And I'm sure you heard other people on our network talking about sending healing and sending good thoughts and energy to others, because it's a very important part of our work, and it's something that if you choose to tap into your own psychic abilities, you'll kind of know what I mean. And a lot of people are natural empaths, and they naturally pick up energy from other people, and they also learn how to send in energy to those, and you can send it remotely. And that's why one reason why I talked last week about the different types of senses that we have. We have those physical, we have the psychic, and then we have the remote psychic senses. And those senses are either masculine or they're feminine. And the masculine is the ones that you send energy, and the feminine ones are where you receive energy. So if you know someone is hurting, someone is in need of some good energy, please go ahead and send them that energy. And if you need energy, then ask the universe to send it to you, because that's what it's all about. So I'm told we have a caller from the UK, and so I'd like to go ahead and take the caller. Who's calling? I didn't see your name. Jules. Okay. Jules, are you there?
Yes.
Okay. I want to make sure I can hear you, Jules.
Hello.
Can you hear me, Jules?
Yes, I can. Yeah.
Okay. So, Jules, I'm picking up that are you sad about a gentleman or a man in your life?
That's right. Yes. Yes.
You are? Okay. Has there been a relationship problem or divorce here?
No. I'd like to move away if possible.
Want to move away from this person?
To a different part of England.
A possibility? Okay.
Yes.
Well, is there something impeding you from moving, or because it feels like you can become unattached and that you can move, but I also feel this attachment that you have. It just is this? I hate to use the word addictive relationship, but it just seems like you just can't get away from him. Does that make sense?
No. I'd like to move to a different part of England, and it's something holding it up.
Something's holding it up?
Yeah.
Okay. Is this a legal matter holding it up, or is there some money that hasn't been given up?
No, I'm waiting on hearing from a family member.
You're supposed to hear from a family member?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it seems to me that that's going to take some time to have done. I don't know why they're holding it up. I'm not sure if they are trying to get some money freed, and that might be the legal matter, or it might be the matter that maybe they have to cash in something. But the bottom line for me is that you are going to move, but you are going to have to wait, okay? Because the time is not right. And so I would have to ask that you try to be patient if you can be, and stay safe, of course. But it does look like the move is going to go through. It's just not going through on the time frame that you would like for it to. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, Jules.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm sorry that she's hurting. It just seems to me like this is an example of someone that needs to have some healing energy sent to them. And so if you can keep Jules in your thoughts and in your prayers, please do so, because it seems like it just feels like she was in some sort of abusive relationship. And that's a shame that she's had to go through that. So I'm very sorry about it. But I want to move on a little bit until we get another caller. And by the way, I hope my callers are actually listening to our program and not just calling for a reading. So, I'd like for y'all to listen too. So I'm an astrologer as well, and I've talked to you a lot about the placement of Pluto and some of the things that have been going on. And when there's something newsworthy that comes up, I'd like to mention it. I'm not trying to be political, so please forgive me if it sounds that way, because I'm really not. I'm just simply stating what's going on astrologically. And right now, with Pluto being in the second house of the United States and being in a very, very auspicious placement, because it's in the same place that it was during the American Revolution, it's interesting to see parallels, because in astrology, when you look at cycles, you look at what was going on during the same period of time when it had a similar aspect. Well, during the American Revolution, the oppressive leader of the United States had some cognitive issues, and they just called him Crazy George, from what I understood. There were tax issues, and the country of England had a great deal of debt, and so they were trying to pay off their wars, and so there was a debt crisis as well. So spring that forward to this time in our nation's history, and you see that we have a leader that has some cognitive issues, and we also have tax issues, and we have debt issues, which are all looming around us. So I wanted to bring that up. And I have more to say, but let's go to our next caller. And I missed her name again. Jennifer in Ohio. Jennifer, are you there? Okay, please speak loud if you don't mind. I appreciate it if you do that. So for some reason my audio didn't work. This hasn't been working quite like I wanted to. So if you could, do you have a question for me today, Jennifer?
I'm just at I'm just having a very hard time in my life right now. I don't know what my future holds.
Okay. Well, Jennifer, what is your birth sign?
Akron, Ohio.
No, your birth sign, your astrological sign.
Oh, I'm sorry. I am Pisces.
Pisces, okay. Well, please take this the right way, but you're right where you're supposed to be, because Saturn has just moved into Pisces. And when Saturn starts to influence your sun sign and especially your natal sun, everything's on the table. Okay. So with you being sensitive, knowing that you need to make some changes in life, it's very positive because Saturn is letting you know that some things aren't working. Okay. Now, when I say everything's on the table, I mean relationships, I mean your health, I mean where you live, your career, other relationships, just about everything's on the table, your finances. And so this is a time when you need to make a change and you need to sit down and decide what it is that you want to do. Now, are you by yourself right now? Are you not married?
Yeah, I'm engaged, but
You're
no, I'm
engaged?
not married.
Okay. Well, do you feel confident about this marriage?
No.
Okay.
He's not very
Well,
nice to me, no.
Okay. Well, that's a red flag. I can't tell you not to marry, but the universe is saying that if you're not happy, then you need to take action. Okay. Because it does, for me, I'm just going to tell you, I don't feel that good about the marriage. I feel like there may be a move. I feel like you are in kind of a change of life. Okay. And so I feel like there may be like a metamorphosis, if you wanted to call it that. I feel like in some ways you've been in a cocoon and that you really need to let yourself blossom. You need to let yourself become butterfly, okay? Because I feel like if you don't do it now, when are you going to do it? And the thing is, if you're not already happy in an engagement, then you may have a miserable marriage. So either you need to get things straightened out in the engagement and make this a happy moment, a moment that's going to be fulfilling to you, a moment where both of you are going to enrich each other's lives, or you're going to have to pause and you're going to have to say, is this what I really want in my life? Because I'm just a psychic, but if you want to look at what Saturn conjunct the sun does, if you want to Google that, and then you want to look at Saturn and Pisces, then you'll get some validation into some of the things that I'm saying. And look at the influence of Saturn. Saturn sweeps clean those things that aren't working. Now, that doesn't mean it is a marriage aspect, but it's also a divorce aspect. So it's one of those moments when we have to look at our life and we have to say, okay, I'm going to move forward with this. I'm going to stop that. And then I'm going to do something different with my life. And if you don't, then the universe at some point in time takes over and forces that change. And when it does, it's usually not very pretty. So I hope that's helpful to you. Like I say, I'm going to give you a little bit of homework as a Pisces. Okay.
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 I have one more question, if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
Do you feel my mother around me?
Okay. I feel like you're still grieving over mother, and I feel like was mother like your best friend?
Yeah.
Okay. Mother is around you. Mother is she was a nurturer, and she was someone who was very honest with you. Okay. And so I feel like you need to sense her presence. And she says, what I hear her saying is, look, you need to think like I would. Okay, now I don't know what that means, but she may have had a unique way of thinking. And so you need to think in terms of what would your mother do? I feel like your mother was a strong person. Your mother, like I said, might have been a little bit blunt and in the things that she said. But I also think that she was a caring individual and never would mean to intentionally hurt your feelings. She was there for you. She was on your team, if you want to call it that. But she is around you, and I feel like in some ways you feel alone right now, and that's not good, especially when you're getting ready to get married and be with someone who is your new best friend. You know, the person that you're going to spend the rest of your life with. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, and I wish you the very best.
Thank you so much.
Okay, you're welcome. Okay, bye-bye. Oh, please listen to the rest of the show. Okay.
I will.
Okay,
I will. Thank you.
all right. So I got to get that in, folks. You know, you got to listen. So I appreciate all of you who do listen and that do tune into the program and listen to the things that I have to say. So I want to also just mention to you, you know, I've been doing a lot more Facebook ads and I might be showing up on your screen somewhere. And I'm also getting the usual criticism that psychics get. And here recently, one person brought up the American, I think it's the American Skeptic Society, and brought up this gentleman by the name of the Amazing Randy. You might have heard about him. If you haven't, he was the co-founder of the Skeptic Society, and it was his mission to, I have to say also, he passed away in October of 2020, and so he's not here to defend himself, so I want to be kind. But he was on a mission to disprove all psychic and paranormal activity. And that's what recently people have, or this one person had brought up. And I thought it was good that he did that because I feel like I should address it. And I should let you know that I think the Skeptic Society is a good thing. But I also think that in this particular case, when it came to psychics and it came to paranormal, it went a little too far, okay? To say that it doesn't exist at all and to kind of be dismissive of it is not right. I just don't think that's correct. And I think you have to be careful when you take the word of someone who is in the position of someone like an Amazing Randy, because he was a magician, he was an illusionist. It was his job to fool people. It was his job to kind of, you know, create an illusion, something that looked one way but was another. And also, many people don't know that he was a bona fide atheist. And because he was an atheist, he didn't believe in God. He didn't believe in anything beyond the physical. And it's like I say, he's not here to defend himself. And if I'm wrong, then please let me know. But my research on this gentleman was that he was those things. He was a magician and an atheist. And I'm not. I'm not a magician. I'm not trying to create an illusion. I'm not someone who just does not believe in God. I think it's a little arrogant if you don't believe in God myself. But I do think that the Skeptic Society is important because it is important to ferret out people that are not authentic, that are not real, and who might be in some ways wanting to harm others or take advantage of other people. Now, I'm not saying that illusionists do that, but they do that in an entertainment business or an entertainment venue. But it's all about intent. So if a psychic or illusionist or someone uses their abilities or their talents or their skills in a way which are going to be detrimental to a client or to someone else, that's not good. That's not right. And I'm not saying he did. I don't think he did. I think he had only good in mind. And I think he thought he was doing a service to those who wanted to believe what he believes. But I just feel like he went too far. So I didn't respond to the gentleman that was so hateful to me on Facebook. But I do want to make that statement because I don't see much pushback against the Skeptic Society. And I think that there should be. I think that there needs to be somebody to say something. So now we don't have much time left on the program, but I do want to tell you that I'm going to shift the focus of our program from not just psychic ability, but I'm going to move to mediumship. Now, the reason why I have focused so much on psychic ability is because I believe the psychic ability gives you tools to use when you're a medium. And now there are different types of mediums. We'll talk about that too. but you need tools. You don't go and try to build a house without a hammer and nails. So you need those tools to work on being a medium. So I'm going to shift the attention just a little bit. And I hope that if you're interested in mediumship, learn my take on it. You know, it's probably a little different than other people's, but I think you might get something out of it. Now, before we sign off, I want to thank our sponsor, Miracles of Joy. Once again, you know, use that promo code PS0223 and you'll get a 25% discount. So thank you very much for sponsoring our program today. Be sure to buy my books. Now, they're award-winning books. They're not bad. So you can enjoy them. And I've got 4 children's books. It's called the Angel Pop series on Facebook. If you want to like my page there. All of the children's books are on Audible and they are on Amazon. So my other metaphysical books are also on Amazon and Balboa Books. So I hope to have some more out soon. So thank you very much once again for joining me here on the Psychic Side and on the A1R Psychic Radio Network. We appreciate you being here, and we hope you enjoy the program because I don't get much feedback from the listeners, but if you want to send me some feedback or you have an idea for a show, please let me know because I'll be happy to entertain it. So once again, thanks a lot. I appreciate you being here today, and I'll see you next week here on the Psychic Side. Bye-bye.
A1R Psychic Radio is pleased to announce that John Capello has joined us. John Capello and the Psychic Side, live from johncapello.com.
Hi, I'm Psychic Medium John Capello, and I want to invite you to go to my website at johncapello.com and learn more about my work. My career has spanned over 30 years, and I've had the privilege to share my psychic and mediumship abilities with thousands. I hope to hear from you soon.
You're listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome. Time for Understanding Spirit with Mary Shapano. Live from MaryVCircles.com. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/Psychic Radio. Or one of our websites, AskOneRadio.com or Moonstruck.tv. This is Understanding Spirit on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Understanding Spirit. I'm your host, Mary. Today, we are going to talk about chakras, and a lot of you may be familiar with them. Some of you may not be familiar with what a chakra is. I did find a little poster, and I folded it up for you to see. I'm not sure where I got it from, but anyway, just in case you do not know about chakras at all, I'll try to put that there. If you don't know about chakras at all, these are the energy points in our body. All right, so up the top on the crown, you will see that is called the crown chakra, and that is where our spirituality is. And then going straight under that in an indigo blue color is our third eye. And then after that is our throat chakra, which is right here. And that also connects with our clairaudience when we hear messages from spirit. Then going down, you will see the green one, and that is our heart chakra. Of course, that is everything that is, love, relationships, all of that kind of stuff, where all our emotions sit. Then we have the just down there is our solar plexus. The colors are not great. It is the solar plexus is a yellow color, and that is where our energy, our belief system, our control of our life sits all there. Okay. And then you move down, and down here is our sacral chakra. That is an orange color. That is also connected to our third eye. It has to do with our creativity, our emotions, values, self-worth. Okay. And then moving down, you'll see the base chakra. It's in a red. It's the base chakra or the root chakra. It's called both. This has to do with all the fears in our life. It deals with our human state. So financial security, all the things, our health, everything really about life, I suppose, where we hold all our fears. We can also hold, we can quite get sick from our root chakra as well. So that's why it's always good to clear the energy out of your root chakra and just have a positive outlook on life constantly. Okay, so we're going to do a very quick meditation to clean out and do some affirmations for each of these chakras. One of the things, if you are familiar with chakras, that people don't know is that you can actually communicate with your chakras. All right, so that's why I'm moving quickly, because I want to have time for you to experience this. And like always, when I do a meditation, once you know how to do the meditation, I want you then to be able to do it at your own pace. Okay, so that you have time to experience it properly. All right. The purpose for doing the educational segments at the moment is for all of you that are intuitive, because when I do readings, I have so many people that say to me they're intuitive, they've got all these things, they don't know what to do with them. So this is why at the moment I am doing these programs in the beginning now to be educational for you, for anybody that is experiencing that. My guide at the moment is quite adamant about it. I started off that way because I was a little bit nervous, you know, about doing all this stuff, you know, on radio and whatever, but she has kind of really run with it now, because there is more and more people coming to me wanting to know what to do with all these abilities. They're seeing things, hearing things. So I'm just going to give you the basic tools every week, and at least you have somewhere to start, and you can at least start learning and developing if you feel like your abilities are growing or you're developing more and more with your intuition. Okay, so we'll get started on this meditation. As always, protection is key. All right, so always protect yourself, and I want you all, whoever's watching, to visualize a white ribbon of light wrapping around themselves from head to toe. Just gently cocooning yourself, being comfortable with it, and visualize a white bubble of light going all the way around your body, seeing yourself sit safely in this bubble of white light, knowing that you are safe and protected at all times. And we're going to start with some deeper breathing. That's to get you relaxed, okay? So just close your eyes and start breathing into the count of 4 and holding to the count of 4 and breathe out to the count of 4. Breathe into the count of 4, hold to the count of 4 and breathe out to the count of 4. Breathe into the count of 4, hold to the count of 4 and breathe out to the count of 4. Breathe into the count of 4, hold to the count of 4 and breathe out to the count of 4. I want you to start to visualize a golden white light coming into your crown chakra. So that is at the top of your head. See it filling your crown chakra with this beautiful white light. Looks a beautiful golden color as well. And as it fills up there on your chakra, I want you to affirm to yourself that you are divinely guided. And say, I am divinely guided. And just feel it quickly expanding. Now bring the white light down to your third eye, which sits here between your brows. And I want you to affirm to yourself, I am intuitive. And see that golden white light expanding your third eye out. Now I want you to bring the golden white light down to your throat chakra, which sits here. And I want you to say to yourself, I am expressive. Now bring the white light down to your heart chakra, which sits at the center of your chest. And I want you to say to yourself, affirm, I am love. Feel the self-love, feel the self-worth filling up in your heart chakra. Knowing that you're receiving everything that you deserve. And open yourself up for compassion for yourself and also for others. You start to see this white light coming down as the golden white light enters your sacral chakra. Sorry, your solar plexus. It's 2 inches above your belly button. And I want you to affirm to yourself, I am enough. And know that everything that you need is within you. Now bring the white light down to your sacral chakra. It sits a couple of inches below your belly button. It is also connected to our third eye. And I want you to affirm to yourself, I am creative. And feel that you have value for yourself, for life, and for others. Now bring the white light down to your root chakra or your base chakra, as it's also known. And I want you to affirm to yourself, I am safe. I am a survivor. I shall not fear life. I am secure within myself. Now, as you just rest with the energy of all your chakras, feeling positively, I want you to ask one of these chakras to step forward and speak to you and tell you what you need in your life right now. Don't judge it. Don't go to any particular chakra. Allow them. They're the ones that want to tell you in your body what you need. You may have more than one that you see, and that's okay. You go to them one at a time. Just focus on it. And just connect with it. See what you sense, feel, hear. Just trust that your psychic clairs are going to give you everything that you need. You may get it in colors, you may get images, sounds, feelings that come to you. Accept it in any way. Your body is trying to communicate with you and telling you what to do. Okay, when you're ready, you can open your eyes. Now remember, like I said, we've gone through this quite quickly. You will slow it down. You can also kind of record it for yourself on your phone or whatever and do it at a slower pace and see what comes through for you. Another way to make the chakras happy is with music. And also you can, when you rest, your chakras rest as well, all right? And there's power in that too. So I hope this has been beneficial for you. If this is not for you, but you know it's for somebody else, please pass it along, share it, and remember, be happy, smile, give everyone a smile. You never know what anybody's going through. That smile could be worth so much to them. Think with your higher self every day, and you will never do anything wrong, and you will always be happy. Thank you for tuning in, and I look forward to continuing with you at Understanding Spirit. Thank you for joining me on A1 Psychic Radio and Moonstruck TV. Thank you. Bye-bye.
to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome.
Time for Sacred Insights with Andrea Bates. Live from mindbodynourish.etsy.com.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio.
Or one of our websites,
askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv.
This is Sacred Insight
on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Sacred Insights. I hope you're doing awesome. I'm Andrea Bacon, and thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Well, I just got home late last night from a few days away at the beach. So it's amazing what the sea and sand can do for us. It really helps cleanse the aura, energizes you with all of that chi or life force energy. And while I was there, I had gotten this little message from Spirit to talk about this little visual that they gave me. It's about being in energetic alignment and changing our focus and moving into a state of more alignment, more joy. You know, some people call it timeline jumping, although I don't know if I really think of it so much as that. That's kind of like a newer thing. But basically, quantum physics speaks of how what is being observed can change depending on the person, the one that's observing it. And so in that way, you know, we can change our energetic wave that we are riding on. They showed me what looks like this little swirl of energy, like a galaxy. It looks kind of like a little galaxy. And there's many different waves that we can align to that are available to us at any particular time. Some feel like joy, abundance, harmony, and love. Some feel more flat and mundane, which I feel like a lot of people kind of like reside there, which is why I like to talk about raising your vibration and, you know, getting on that higher alignment. And then there's also, of course, the lower vibrational ones, dark, confusing, stuff like that. But we ride the one that we are mainly in alignment with. So we can choose intentionally, or we can get there by default, like by not being consciously aware and not making a conscious choice. And so I really think it's a lot better when we choose consciously. Our thoughts, our words, our feelings, our intention setting and visualizing all play a big part in the wave that we are riding on. Everything is energy, and we are co-creating with the universe pretty much at all times. That's kind of like we came here to master energy, and you know, we have all these different ones available to us. I also want to mention surrendering the outcome, okay, so that we're not micromanaging the universe. So like we allow things to unfold naturally, and we got to let it go, let the outcome go. So we're not just holding on to what we want, because you know, it could take a while for it to occur. It could take a short time, but things are the way they are for a reason. Sometimes things need to be healed and worked on first. And then, you know, we become what our reality becomes, you know, in our 3D world. It is built on a solid foundation. So that's why it's really important to heal. You know, they talk about, I pulled some cards, forgiveness. So A lot of people need to forgive themselves for anything they feel they've done wrong in the past, because carrying that around is just a burden. You know, we all make mistakes and nobody is perfect. And then we can just let things unfold naturally. Like I said earlier, it's going to take as long as it needs to take. Divine timing is at play. You know, there's a lot of people sometimes that are involved in our choices. Things need to line up behind the scenes that we don't see, we don't understand. But it allows us to plant new seeds. We can bring in abundance, we can bring in love, we can create careers that are much more meaningful, relationships with partners, friends, you know, things that bring us more joy, raising our vibration. And we got this card, this precognition card, talking about psychic abilities. I believe everybody is born with psychic abilities. I believe that everybody, to some extent, is able to do that. So keeping that in mind. Okay, we are going to now go to a caller. Stephanie in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. Hello.
Yeah. Hello, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm here. I'm here.
Well,
how are you?
What can I do for you?
The question I'm worried about is my home. I'm worried about making sure I retain ownership of my home, and I'm worried about my finances and job aspirations, goals, things of that nature.
Okay. So finances, and if you're going to be able to keep your home, is that what you mean?
Correct. I'm worried about my home. That's the most important thing.
Okay. So lovely Stephanie's question. What spirit does she need to know right now? Okay. So they're talking about connecting to spirit. They're talking about you connecting to your soul, to your divine purpose. They're bringing, you know, like also talking about community. So friends, people in your community, and love. So these cards, first off, are all very good. And I'm going to pull some tarot now. Okay, so we've got some really good cards. We've got the 10 of Cups. They're talking a lot about love. They're talking about bringing in a new beginning in love. And I believe that this also has to do with home, because pentacles are about relationships. Pentacles are about physical stuff. So it can be relationships. It can be about finances. And let's see, what do you need to know? So I see you like holding on to worry. And wanting to get this equal give and take. So yes, that is going to be able, you're going to be able to keep it. You're going to be able to have this equal give and take financially. We have a new beginning here with this Page of Pentacles as well. And we actually got the card that does speak of home and celebration, which is the Four of Wands. So this has to do with celebration, harmony, family, reunions, community again. So there's something about the community that keeps coming up. Is it that you're wanting just to stay in, you know, it's important to you to be in this community that you live in right now as well?
No, it's not very much important. It's just keeping my home. I'm facing possible foreclosure.
Yeah, okay.
And I want to be at I've lost my job, and I wanted to know where am I going to go from here, like as far as getting finances to be able to retain my property.
Yes, I see something new coming in for you. I've got a card that speaks of a of a new project, but it can be something ignited like inspiration, but it's also growth potential and a new opportunity. As well with that, we have the Page of Pentacles. That is goal-oriented. It's financial opportunity and manifestation and being like centered, being grounded in your home as well. I do see that all the cards are definitely speaking of you being able to. So I really do think that you will. You have something moving, like you'll be able to move forward in something. Waiting for, like if you're waiting for something to come in, like a job, a type of thing, I see progress happening with that. And so, yeah, these look great. I mean, you've even got the King of Pentacles, which is prosperity and security and abundance. Keep working on, getting something new, but I see work with all these Pentacle cards. I see you also being able to have, some more income coming in.
And anything about love, you said, I'm not really worried about that, but I'm just worried about a new job, making either what I was making or more, and my home is most important.
Yes.
And is there anyone around me? Like, because I always try to manifest a lot of things and bring in answers then to assist with that. Is there anyone around me?
As far as love goes?
That's helping me. No, not as far as love goes, as far as ancestors, as far as someone like help, spirit guides, like things of that nature. Is there a name for anything?
Let's see. I'm feeling an older man who, it could be an older brother or a father figure that passed when he was younger, or middle-aged, or, just kind of not fully, not elderly. So I feel like he is helping you. It feels almost like an uncle now that I tune into him a little bit. He's helping you.
Does he have a name? Does he have a name?
Let's see. I'm not getting a name right off the bat. So he could have been somebody who was a natural born leader. And a fire sign, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. But I'm going to have to go ahead and leave that there. I hope that you found that helpful in some way.
Okay. All right. Thanks.
Okay, thank you. So thanks a lot. And if you want to check out any of my services or products, they are at mindbodynourish.etsy.com. And I hope you have a wonderful week and be able to just like meditate, relax, get some self-care in, and tune in to your intuition.
listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome.
Time for Your Time to Shine with Julie Yeager-Walker. Julie Yeager-Walker. Live from Wings of Souls with Julie.com.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio.
Or one of our websites,
AskOneRadio.com or Moonstruck.tv.
This is Your Time to Shine
on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Your Time to Shine, a radio show designed to help you explore your own divine gifts. Good evening, and thank you for tuning in with me and being here with me this evening, and I hope this finds you well. We are finally out of Mercury retrograde. Oh my gosh, I am so thankful. It was a rough one for me personally. Lots of challenges, lots of communication. And so I'm sure many of you out there are excited to hear that we are finally into a little bit more ease and a little bit more flow than we were before in a couple of, the last few weeks. So it feels like things have kind of settled down a little bit. People have found their minds after losing their minds during Mercury retrograde. So you have to laugh about it because that's all you can do. Sometimes Mercury retrograde is really great and sometimes it's really tough. So here we are on the other side, on the flip side of it. So glad you are all here this evening. I was reading an article today about burnout, and I thought it was really interesting. It was talking about burnout, and it was talking about the symptoms, the signs, and then some of the things that you could do to prevent burnout. Now, burnout doesn't have to do with just a job or an occupation, right? You could have burnout with family. You can have burnout with friends or life in general. So I'm sure at one time or another, one of you, all of you, have felt the burnout, right? It starts out, things are fine, stresses, okay, well, there's a little bit of stress here and there. And then pretty soon it becomes a lot of stress. And then pretty soon it becomes chronic stress where it never leaves and you feel like you just want to throw in the towel, right? We've all been there. Nothing feels right. You don't want to do anything. You're unmotivated. So when that happens, what do you do? Actually, the first thing that you should do is if you can realize it and be in awareness of it before it happens, and then you can kind of take control of it. Now, I'm sure a lot of you are saying, well, I don't have control over that because I can't control what happens in my job or with my friends and my family. That is true. You can only control what you can control, which is yourself and your space and your own well-being. And so checking out and being in that space of awareness and knowing, this looks like it's heading for burnout, and stopping it or trying to minimize it before it gets a real hold on you is really important. So when you start feeling those signs of burnout, of, the stress level going up, it's time to stop and take a break. And interestingly enough, we all think, oh, I just need a vacation. I just need to go on vacation, or I need to get away for an extended weekend. And that is fantastic. And yes, that definitely helps. But when you are in the depths of burnout, that is really not going to do anything. It gives your body a break and a release for a few days, maybe a week, but then it comes right back and you get right back into it. And you think, oh my goodness, I need another vacation. And I've only been back, to my job. I've only been dealing with my family for 2 days and I'm ready to jump ship again. So it's important to find those balances before you hit that. And I will say that when you're in constant stress, your body stays in that fight or flight mode. And so it releases a lot of cortisol. And if you are in that space of fight or flight all the time, releasing that cortisol, you start to gain weight, or you can't lose the weight because your body is ready to react. It's storing up all that fat for energy so that you can be on the go if you need to, right? Way back when we were starting out as prehistoric beings, right? We needed that. We needed to have that flight response, but we don't really need that anymore, thankfully. Normally, we're not being chased by dinosaurs. So, in today's world, hopefully, most of us don't need that. That we're in a situation where we have to be in flight mode. So being able to recognize it and being able to find the ways to minimize some of the stresses. And so some of the things that you can do would be to take time for yourself, a little bit of time each day, whether that be going out for a walk, stepping away from your desk, stepping away from the family drama, whatever it is, or taking short breaks throughout the day. Like when you start feeling like you're getting that anxiety and that overwhelm, that stress, to just take a moment and breathe and then get out and get yourself out of the situation. Take a break, 5 minutes, 2 minutes. That's all you need to do. And do some breathing, do some, turn on some good music, or just get out of that mindset and out of the situation so that you can focus again. One of the things that, works for me is to take shorter breaks, right? And me being the one who wants to just keep pushing and pushing and pushing, I have learned over the years that doesn't work. My body reacts to that. So it's a matter of taking these short breaks. It's a matter of taking deep breaths and finding your time in the evening to slow down, to take a break, to take a breather. And whatever that looks like for you, do that for you, right? The other thing is, and I am so bad at this, is not stacking your plate so full that you have nothing left, that you have nothing to give. And I will be the first one to say that I do this. I still do it. I'm still working on this aspect of myself. So saying no is really important too. Knowing your limits, right? Taking that self-care, slowing down and taking a breath for yourself. Really important to help prevent some of this burnout, because when you're on the go all the time, your body doesn't have time to recuperate and to catch up. And then you start finding yourself being cranky and overwhelmed and not able to deal with the daily tasks that normally would seem so minute, right? Somehow, some way, they become bigger in our lives than what they really truly are. So taking some of this time to go through this and to, get grounded and get in that space of self-care. And so it's really about getting into these motions and into these things before you hit the burnout stage. Because once you've hit burnout and you're in true burnout, it's really hard. It takes a lot more work to get back to that middle ground of, finding that balance in between, stress and stress-free, or what can be considered stress-free, right? So take a few minutes and kind of write down some of the things that would help you get back into a balanced state of being before you get to that burnout point. Have those things ready, right? Because we all hit it. We all do. We've at some point in our lives, we've hit that burnout spot. So how do you keep from getting into that spot over and over again? So, write some of these things down, use your tools, and figure out what it is that works for you. And then do that, right? Whatever that is. Another thing that I find actually works really, really well is being in gratitude and doing like ramblings, what I call ramblings of gratitude, and just rattling off all the things that I'm grateful for, from the littlest things to the biggest things. And it helps shift my mindset. Or having some mantras. What are mantras? Mantras are those positive statements that help you in the manifestation process, actually, too. But these will help you get into a different frame of mind and a different mindset. It will start changing the chemicals in your body to a higher frequency and a higher vibration. So whatever that looks like for you, get into that realm, get into that motion, and start getting back in to your normal balance to avoid that burnout. Okay. Fantastic. All right. We have a caller on the phone right now. We have Jamie in Ohio. Good evening, Jamie, and welcome to Your Time to Shine.
Good evening.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. What can I do for you this evening?
I was just calling about my mom.
Okay.
She has crossed over, and I was just wondering if you pick up anything from my mom.
Okay. Jamie, let me see if I can tune in and get your mom to come forward. And while I'm doing that, there'll just be a little moment of silence, and then I'll be right back with you, okay?
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, Jamie. She's very quiet. Was she kind of a quiet person?
No.
In her human life? That's interesting. She's being very, very quiet.
Okay.
She is showing me stars. Like reaching for the stars.
Okay.
And so are there things right now that you're looking at in your life that is kind of stretching you either out of your comfort zone or where you feel like you're reaching for the stars right now?
Maybe a little.
Okay. She's showing me like she's reaching up, like she's trying to grab something.
Okay.
So, grabbing hold and taking initiative and taking that stance, if that makes sense.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, interestingly enough, she's saying that she's on the other side, she's learning to listen. She's learning to be quiet. And she said that
Okay.
was something that she didn't do very well in her life.
Right.
And so she's working on that aspect of herself. And she said she realizes that she didn't listen enough.
Right.
Whether that be to you or coworkers or anybody else. She says she always
Okay.
had something to say.
Yes, she
And
did.
she says she wishes that she would have just stepped back a little bit and let somebody else have their say.
Right. Okay. Sounds like her.
She says, I was quite bossy.
She really was. She was the boss.
She was the boss.
She was.
She wants you to know that she didn't say it often. And she said she didn't say it often enough. But she's really proud of you and loves you very much. And she says she's sorry that she didn't ever really say that. And she wants you to know that even though she didn't say it, she felt it. She felt it deep down, even if it wasn't expressed.
Right. I knew my mom was the best mom ever, and I knew she really loved and cared, but it was really hard. Not hard, but I would be like, all right, Mom, I love you. And she'd be like, I love you. She never said it first. You know what I mean? I always said it first.
You always said
So,
it first. Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. She said she had a hard time with those words, that was not something that she really grew up with, expressing feelings. And so she kind of waffled around it a little bit. So when you said it first, then it's like, oh, okay,
Right.
well, I can say it now too, right?
Right. Right.
So she said it's not because she didn't love you or because, she didn't mean that. She didn't know how to express herself because of the upbringing that she had. And she's not criticizing it. She's just saying it was just what it was, right?
Right. Yep. Yep. I understand that 100%.
Yeah. She's very matter of fact, actually.
Right.
She keeps saying, you're going to be fine. You're going to be just fine. Does that resonate with you?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, she has told me that before. She really has. About certain things, but
Mm-hmm.
it's really hard without her. I'll just say that.
Yeah.
And I was just hoping that she's doing okay. You know what I mean?
She is. She is.
Yeah.
She's doing great on the other side. She says she's really taking stock of her life right now and what it was that she didn't do. Maybe she should have done better. So she's really taking this time right now to really dive into that piece.
Right.
I
just have one more question.
Sure.
Before, because me and my sisters took care of her towards the end of her life, and she had asked me one thing to do for her, and I promised I would. And I'm just wondering if she knows that I kept her promise to her. Like I did what she wanted.
She's saying absolutely you have, and she had no doubt whatsoever that you were going to be able to keep that promise.
Okay. I did.
Yeah.
The house that I live in was my childhood home, and I promised her I would keep it in the family, which I did. I kept it. Me and my husband and my kids, we moved in here, and we live in her house that her and my father raised us in. So that was my promise to her. And I just was wondering if she knew that I kept her house.
Oh yeah. She's right there with you. She's right there with you in your everyday life. She Okay. She really hasn't gone anywhere other than she's changed physical form, right? So
Right.
she's enjoying dinner with you guys when you sit down and you have dinner. When you're working around the house or she's right there with you.
Oh, good.
And
Good.
she wants you to know that she really appreciates what you guys are doing. The fact that you're taking care of the house and you're putting the love into it. She says it's really important and it makes such a difference. And
Right.
it's like she's beaming. It's like my heart just feels like it wants to explode. There's just so much love and so much gratitude there for what you guys are doing. And she wants you to know
Oh,
that.
good. Thank you. That was my, because when I promised her I would keep her house, I had my own house. And I'm like, I don't know what to do. Do I sell my house? Do I live in this house? What do I do? And I made a decision to move here. So that's what we did. And I'm just very happy that she knows I kept that promise to her.
Yeah. She says the
In my
important thing.
bedroom is. Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
She says the important thing is that you are happy. She appreciates the fact that you kept your promise, but she wants to make sure that you are happy with that decision.
Right. I am. I have my good and bad days. It's hard to be here in a house without them, my mom and dad, but
right.
I wouldn't want to be anywhere else. You know what I mean? Like my bedroom is where was their bedroom. I'm in that bedroom, so it's hard. But like I said, I wouldn't want to be anywhere else.
Right. She says, do what you need to do to the house to make it your own. Don't feel like you have to keep it exactly the way they kept it or the way you remember it. Let it be, let it be something like a work of art through your heart. And as you do that, as you change things, it could be a coat of paint, right? Very, very simple. Doesn't cost anything, right? Bring in some new little knickknacks or pictures or something to change it up, to make it feel like your home, right? So that you can start settling in and saying, this is our home. And this speaks to us. It speaks about us, but yet you have that memory of, but then there's the solid bones that was your mom and dad's home.
Right. Well, we've been here 2 years, and we literally redid the whole house. I'm talking we took out the kitchen, we took out everything and redid it. So we did remodel the whole house.
Oh, good.
Complete makeover. Yes. And those were things that she wanted done while she was alive, but she, got sick and stuff. So I was hoping that she's seen everything that we've done to her house, that she would have been so happy.
Most definitely. Yeah.
You're good. My main thing is I just want her to be happy. So.
And she most definitely is. She most definitely is.
Good. That makes me happy that she's happy.
Yeah.
But that's pretty much all I had was just about her. Does she have anything else for me?
There's something about talking on the phone. Did you guys talk on the phone daily?
Yes, every single day I call her.
Okay.
And when
she
passed away, I had a hard time not calling.
Yeah. She's showing me that you guys talked a lot, that you were very close. And she says that's the part that she misses. She misses the phone calls. She misses the daily chats. So, she wants you to know that she can hear you. So she says, please talk to her. Please talk to her.
I do every day.
Okay. She's around and she's trying to communicate with you. So, continuing those daily chats and and talking, look for little signs that she's around. Okay.
Okay.
It could,
Go ahead.
oh, I was gonna say it could be, it could be a song. It could be an animal. Maybe a squirrel runs by and it makes you think of her, right? These are all little things that you go, oh, okay. And those times that you say, oh, wow, that happened. I got to pick up the phone and call mom, or I got to pick up the phone and call dad, right? That's when you know they're around, is when you have that deep-seated desire to pick up the phone and call them. Okay.
Right.
So, yeah. So know at that point that they are there with you, and then take that opportunity to talk with them.
Okay.
Okay.
It's been 2 years, and there's not one day, and I promise you, not one day has gone by where I don't talk to her or think of her. Every single day in my mind, I always talk to her. So
yeah,
I always see repeating numbers. I always see her birthday, and I see another number. Every single day I see it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, why do I see this number every day?
Yes, that's her communicating with you, letting you know that she's there, giving you that support, that little nudge that you need. So it's fantastic that you recognize that.
I do. I really do. Matter of fact, my sister was getting her hair done today, and there was this woman that was there, and it looked just like my mom. My sister actually took a picture of this woman because it looked just like my mom. It was like, oh my gosh, that's mom, but it wasn't her, but it looked just like her.
Yes.
Weird.
Yes. Again, those are all signs that your mom is in presence with you. Yeah.
Right. Thank you. It makes me happy, It's been really hard without her. So
I can imagine. I can feel that bond that you guys had. So I can only imagine the empty feeling that you feel.
Right. Well, thank you.
But know that she is with you. She's just in a different form. Okay.
Right. When they one more question, when they're in a different form, obviously they still know their life and stuff, but does she know, like, I don't know, do they know, like, okay, well, that's my daughter? And I mean, do they think still, you know what I mean? They do?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Everything is about energy, and we're all energy. Even in our human selves, we're energy. So it's just about the vibration and the frequency of that energy. And, just because they've lost their human bodies doesn't mean they don't understand or remember how the humanness and the human bodies, work and what we have to do. Right. So.
Right. Okay.
Well,
now,
Jamie,
is she with my father?
Actually, I'm sorry, what?
Is my mom and dad together? Is my mom with my dad up there?
Yeah, they are together.
They are?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
And Jamie, we're coming down to the last few seconds of our show, so I do need to say goodnight, but I want to thank you so much for calling in.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You are so welcome. Well, that does it for me, everyone. Have a wonderful evening. If you would like to connect with me, go to my website at wingsofsoulswithjulie.com. My Facebook pages, Julie Yeager Walker Medium, or Your Time to Shine. Have a wonderful evening, everyone. We'll see you next week.
You're listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome. Time for astrology and psychic readings with Lady D. Lady D. Live from LadyDSpsychicParties.com. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is Astrology and Psychic Reading on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hi everybody, welcome to Astrology and Psychic Readings with Lady D. So I'm your host, Lady D, and I'm on location. I am down here at Sydney at the Mind Body Spirit Festival at the ICC at Darling Harbour. So if you are in Sydney, please come down and say hi. You can grab a reading, and there's a lot of other fabulous stalls here as well. So what we've got coming up this week with the stars, with the planets, we do have a new moon that is happening on the 20th, and it's happening it's in Taurus, but when I look at my chart system, it actually says in Gemini. So I have a feeling I'm going to hear a new moon. It's like a Taurus Gemini. So what these things are going to bring up with this new moon, and it's about planting seeds, planting intention. And we are dealing with Taurus. There's a lot of energy in Taurus. We've got the Jupiter, we've got the Node, we've got Mercury, we've got Uranus, we've got the Sun, and then we've got the Moon. It's going to be crossing the Sun in this new moon and going into Gemini. So there will be a part of it will be about, I feel like it's about stability and sustainability and stability, and it will be about like self-worth issues. It will be about relationships and finances. There could be unexpected emotions and that coming up with this too, or people looking back at things that have, caused them a few issues and trying to sort of look at that and trying to heal that. There's also going to be, when we're looking at Gemini though, there's also an aspect of networking, working hard. I also feel like it's about creating balance with this new moon that's coming in too as well. But so we've got that there happening, which is also, I feel like it's going to also bring in adventure and also looking at like life purpose here too. People looking at where they are, and because with the node that's in Taurus too, we are looking, and we do only have a few more weeks for this node that's in Taurus before it moves into Aries. So, and even myself, looking at my own life purpose, what my path is, and where I want to go in the future, where even my professional life, what I want to do. So currently, I know I do two jobs. I do this work, and I do have another job that I do. But eventually, I know that I want to do this work full time. And it's like my own issues that I do have of not letting go of something as well. And it is like a very Taurus thing where it's like not supposed to letting go, but having that stuck, or that's, I would say Taurus have that tunnel vision, and it is about money. With Tauruses, they are very good with money, and they're all about making money. And it is about, I have a brother who's a Taurus, and he is about money as well as I do. My dad's also a Taurus, and every time I speak to my dad, the first thing that he asks me is, how much have I earned this week? There's there's a financial theme. And I guess even with myself and with my own chart, there is I do have like an issue there with that. Of not so much not having enough, but never wanting to sort of be, I have experienced not having much. So, it is about, I find myself in thinking about that. And that's a big of a Taurus thing when we're dealing with our life lesson. So this new moon, can be about planting the seeds, about, making that way of doing different things and branching out. It's like, with that too, I'm actually planning about looking at doing stage shows and other things, to do with that. But also, I also know my self-worth too, and I am a very into stability. I like stability, but I know my self-worth, and I do know my purpose. But these things are going to be coming up with this new moon that I do feel like, as well as adventure, wanting to have more adventure in your life, and wanting to reach out and want to do things that are also fun too, and that give you purpose as well too. I also feel like this is also going to be about being more independent with this new moon. It's going to also cause you to take action on things that maybe you thought, or maybe even like you haven't even like two minds with. I know myself, two minds about at the moment of doing. I've got an event coming up which I could close to home, but the person that runs it doesn't advertise a lot. But I also have an event where I know it gets advertised more, but it's further away. I was hoping to do both, but I have to do one. So it's like making that decision, and I've been torn about making certain decisions. And I've spoken to some people about it, and I think that I have my mind made up. But these things are coming up. Work trying not to be indecisive. We also got Mars, which is moving into Leo. So Mars in Leo. This is Mars is it's our motivation, it's our strength, but then it is also can be a planet of anger and frustration as well. I always find if I'm angry about situations, sometimes I look at my chart and I see where Mars is, and I usually like, oh, that's why. Um, and it's coming to Leo here. I feel like it's going to be about the proud lion. It's coming up here. Wanting the proud lion to be right. Leo is also a fixed energy. They're a fixed sign. So with a Leo, and Leo's about building up the ego. So it is going to be more motivated. It is a fire sign, so we might be feeling more motivation with it in Leo, in terms of also looking at being more creative as well, and explore that and explore our strengths in terms of fifth house. Which also covers relationships. It covers our passions. It's also Leo's are very social, so it could be a time to be more motivated about going out more, being more social. I know on the other side of the world, like in America and England, you're coming into your summer. So you are wanting to go out, have fun, and be out more. Over here, I'm coming into my winter season. So for me, I don't like to be cold. But I have to be myself. It's going to make me look to be more social as well. We will have coming up on the 21st, Mars will be opposing Pluto, which is in that Aquarius Capricorn midpoint there on the cusp. So with that opposition there, it's going to. I feel like this is going to make people a bit more frustrated, and people aren't wanting to change what they want, or and they don't want to hear. They won't want to hear things like negative, but it's going to bring up. I feel like sudden changes, but people not wanting to change. It's going to feel like bouts of frustration. I feel like it's going to come up here too. It also can be where we're looking at the independence. It's going to come up here too. People wanting to be more independent, more on their own, but at the same time wanting people to be around them. So we will have energy will last for a few days, and maybe like for the week, that you're going to find that opposition there that's going to be coming in. What else have we got this week that I had written down? I do feel like this week for some people it's going to be feeling like they're walking on a tightrope. But I also see there's a net there. So I feel like for those of us who have a lot of things on, and feel like just feel like you're trying to keep it together and walk on this tightrope, just know if you fall, there is something there to catch you. You won't be. You're not going to fall and be disappointed. Like I see that there's always protection there for you. I had a big thing this week. I feel like is about making a balance in your life. Sometimes we get so focused on doing one thing, we forget about making the balance coming up. I also feel like there's a lot of worry, like mental health or worriness that could be coming in, and people wanting to sort of hide their emotions. I feel like people like not wanting to show sort of emotions, and that's going to be hidden coming up here this week. Um, I also feel like make this the week to make big decisions, so not to be flaky. And as I said before, myself, I'm trying to think about different things. So with myself, I've got to try and make big decisions coming up here. And I feel like it's like nurture what you have, and not to be taken for granted. But I do see that everyone will have a task and a role to play this week, and people will start seeing like their future. They'll start seeing how they make their life more in balance, and they will see where they need to go and what steps they need to take for their future. I feel like that's going to be a big thing that's going to come up for these people this week as well. And people want to be nurtured this week. Um, and and again, that the flaky people, I like flaky people. I don't want that flaky people around them. I feel like you want people who are very stable around you this week too. And I feel like people like it's about that making those choices that you need to make for this week ahead. So let's go to a caller. So we got here Jennifer, who's in Oceanside in California. So hi Angela, how are you? Hi Jennifer, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. How can I help you today?
Well, I just listened to everything you said, and I was going to ask you about relationships. And funny enough, he's a Taurus and I'm a Leo, so seems like the right question.
Okay. Well, Taurus, I said Taurus. I see them as stubborn. They like to be comfortable. Tauruses like to be comfortable. Leos, it's about them. They're ruled by the sun, so it's about the ego. Okay, let's hear about Okay, he is quite stubborn. I feel like you're both very stubborn, but I feel like with him too, we're not budging. So he's the one that's a Leo. Is that correct? He's the Leo, and you're
He's
Taurus.
I'm the Leo.
You're the Leo. You're the Leo. Okay, so I see him. He's not budging. He's really stuck. And you're the one that I feel like there's more flexibility with you, but you know what you want as well. Here, and I don't feel like it's negative. It's just that you're very much know what you want in yourself and where you're going. But I just don't see him. He won't. He's not budging. He's not budging. What's going to happen with this relationship? Okay. Well, these two cards are really standing out to me. And this card to me, when I see this card, it's about like being sort of watched. I don't know, someone like wants to know where you are, or could be that they look at you like on social media. But there is a thing about being watched with this one, and with this card too. I feel like this card is about you're both sort of in this situation, and you're both there. A little bit of a tug of war, but it's like stability. Like I feel like for you, like you want this relationship, but I feel like there may be more flexibility in the relationship. But as I said, I feel like but at the same time, I feel like you know what you want, and you're gonna work for it. Like you are moving into a much better place. This card is also standing out to me, and it's like what's coming up for you, where you're heading. It's a much better place, and where you're looking at going, it's going to be with him or without him as well. But I do see a lot of love there. I do see love in the relationship. I do feel like you're someone that's very like passionate, very giving. I can see you like sort of being giving, and it's um like he expects the love. This man, he expects that love, but there's also a gentle side to him. There is like a nurturing and more and a very gentle side to him as well. He kind of needs you. Like I feel like he needs you. Can you relate to this?
Yeah, he actually the reason he's stubborn budging is we're kind of in a tough spot because he's having to help his mother whose health is going down, and he feels like he has to be there and take care of her. Whereas my situation is a little different, so I'm trying to kind of be there for him in this situation.
Yeah. Look, the situation I don't feel like is going to change because like she's not the mum said it's not well, but like, she's not changing, and I just feel like you just feel obligated to you. You like you do what he has to do, and I do see you being there and also trying to help out, but he needs to make certain decisions for his mum. He can't do it all himself, and I feel like with the care that she like she does want him there, like she wants him there, like close to him. But I also feel like he can't be there all the time for her, and that's causing a bit of friction. I do feel like too. I do feel like he's a bit frustrated with this because it's obligation, but also he doesn't know how to tell her he can't do it all as well. I feel like that. I don't know, I feel like this relationship is staying together. I don't see the relationship actually ending. I see it staying together. I don't see like there is it's not going to be it's not perfect, but I know that where it's going to end up will be much better. Um, and and it's like we're taking the high road, but he's got some tough decisions to make with his mum. But she won't want to hear what he has to say because with her, she expects loyalty and she does kind of expect him to be there, and it's kind of like there's a kind of deflecting going on where he can't sort of tell her what he needs to tell her as well. And you're just there trying. I just see you there like sort of more like sort of behind the scenes but comforting him. But I don't see the relationship actually ending. I do feel like there needs to be a break though. I do feel like you guys need like to take some time out, like some sort of like getaway. I do feel like there's a lot of stress that's coming up here with that too. But I'm gonna say by by the end of the year, he needs to make some decisions that he might not want to make, but he'll have to make them with the mum. But I
Yeah,
hope
that
I've
makes
helped
sense
you.
because that's something he talked about.
Yeah, I hope I've helped you today. Although, so just make sure he keeps care, and just make sure he'll get through it. He just is this something he has to face though as well. But yeah,
Right.
no,
No.
it'll be fine. And do you have any other questions for me?
No, ma'am. Other than will he? How do I word this? Will this clear his conscience? Because that's kind of weighed on him. Just making sure that he was there for his mom. No matter which way it goes and what he has to tell her, but will he come out making sure his conscience is clear?
He feels like he's never done enough, or he's not doing enough. It's like he feels like he just can't do it enough. And his mum put the guilt on him. Like there's a lot of guilt that I feel like the mum's putting on him as well. Like I feel like she does kind of like play, play the violin strings too. But she doesn't want to hear anything. Like she also has a lot. The mother, even though I feel like she can be very like kind and very giving, but at the same time, sometimes she can expect too much of people, or she needs to sort of she's got also her own lessons to learn in this as well. Um, but I feel like there's something wrong with her leg, or like knee. Like my knee feels funny, so I feel like there's something with her knee as well. I do see her getting like medical attention too. Like her energy levels is down. But yeah, this is something that she'll also have to look at for herself too. Yeah. But I see you standing by this man. Yeah. Okay.
Yep, it doesn't feel right otherwise. So thank you.
That's okay. Thank you for calling in today. Okay, so next we got Lyndall from Lydia from America. Idaho in India. America. How can I help you?
Hi.
Hello.
I was just wondering if I can ask a question, or if there's my mom's out there somewhere. Give me a message. Or I had a question about my son. He's incarcerated right now. I was just wondering when he will be getting out.
Okay. I'm just hearing that song, but that song from Cops, the Bad Boy. Okay, how will we get out? Okay. I feel like with him it's a thing about trust with him, and with you. I kind of see love hearts. So I feel like this might be more than just a friend. With this, or he might think of you more than just a friend, or vice versa with this man. I feel like for him to get out, there needs to be like I don't know if it's like an appeal, or there is something about like court. 'Cause I see more court coming up with this. I can see the judge with the hammer. And I feel like there's a thing about being like unfair, or there's unfair as well.
Yeah.
That's coming in with this too. Okay. And but also he also needs to face reality. Like he's also not. He's living in a bit of a dream. He also needs to face sort of the reality that he needs to face, but he doesn't. He's avoiding something as well. I do feel like he needs to say sorry. That there needs to be an apology that comes forward with this as well. Sorry, was
wife,
that sorry?
He wants to be with his wife, and she doesn't want to be with him. Well, it's his ex-wife now, and he was and that he got put in jail, and she left right away, and she doesn't want nothing to do with him now. So he's going to face that he can't be with her no more. That's what I'm thinking.
Okay, but I feel like he wants to be with you. Like I feel like he wants, like there's love hearts. I feel more with you, though.
My son.
So I don't really. I feel like there's more like love with you though with this man than his wife. So I don't feel like he wants to be with her. I feel like he'd more want to be with you.
Oh, I'm his mom.
Oh, you're his mom?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I just feel like he wants. I don't know. I just feel like I want you more than the wife. So I feel like there is love there. You're his mom. Yeah.
Yeah.
But as well, but I mean, when does he get out? When he get? I'm hearing 20, like next year, like 24. But I am seeing there's like more, but there's more court with this. There's more like I'm on trial. Like I can just see the hammer, the judge's hammer. That's why I feel like there's more court with this. Like it's not finished yet. But like, I'm not sure what this person has done. But I just feel like that there needs to be some sort of like sorry or an apology that needs to come forward to help him. Also, I feel like a transition or to help him sort of go out. I also feel like he's working very hard in there where he is too, but there's frustration here as well. I also feel like that when he comes out, there'll be like a new job like set up for him or getting started and starting again. And it is like he's taken like a step back or like 10 steps back, but it's all part of like a learning process with him too with this. And it's like but he's meant to, and this relationship, I feel like the door does need to close for someone else to come in, for someone who's better. Like he has learned a lot of lessons with this, and there I do see a lot of there's a lot of self punishments too that's coming up. Too, I see him like punishing himself too, with this as well. But I just feel like I hear like I just need like it's like so I just hear it's like sorry. I just feel like there needs to be like a sorry or he's saying sorry, like a lot of apologies that are coming out with him too. You always see the best in him, and you know he is your he is your boy as well. But at the same time he does get a bit down, a bit down too. But there's still hope here with him. I just feel like there's still hope that when he comes out that there's a relationship, a new job, and for him to get back on track. It's like once he sort of realizes, and when he comes out, I feel like that he's not going to make the same mistakes, or he's not, and he doesn't want to go back on his word either. Like it's like his word is his truth, or there's something about his word as well. But there's a lot of growing that's taking place in there where he is too. Okay. I do see a lady in spirit. It's also with him in spirit too. I see this lady as being an older woman. I do feel like she's like a grandmother figure. That's with him. I do see her as being like a little skinny lady that's with him, and she's
My
got
mom
glasses.
passed away in February, and he was close to my mom.
So she just wants to be close. Like she's just with him and supporting him. He's okay. He's a big boy. I feel like he has got a bit of fight. So she's telling me he has got been some fights in there, but he's doing fine. She's saying that she's there to support him as too. I also see letter writing too in there. Like he's writing letters. I kind of feel like the ex-wife. I don't feel like she was for him. I just feel like she was very. Look, she could be very stubborn. But things had to be her way, and I just feel like that there's when he gets out and makes a new life for himself, there's someone much nicer out there for him who is going to be also understanding and will work with him more as well. I kind of feel like even though he's been caught in whatever it is that he's done, that there was I don't think it's from her, but there's someone as a third party involved that sort of pushed him to do whatever had been done. I feel like I'm being pushed a bit too, because I don't really feel like he really, whatever was done, he didn't really mean it.
Yeah.
So, and it's also like wrong time, like wrong place. And he kind of knew. I feel like he kind of knew that he was gonna go to jail, or it wasn't gonna work out. I feel like I just kind of feel like he kind of knew.
Does it show that he'll be having one of his kids with him? He has 3 kids with her. He has 3 kids with his ex-wife, and he's wanting to be able to visit them and stuff. Will that happen for him?
Was it children? Sorry.
Yeah.
Was it visiting
Will he be able to have his children when he gets out?
Okay. Look, I feel like he may have to go to court for that. And like I have a hearing that the court will decide, so he may have to go to court to see that whether or not he'll be able to. I feel yes that he will be able to see them. He's done the work. Like I don't feel your son's like all bad. And I feel like
Okay.
that, as I said, like long as there's remorse and there's sorry there, and I feel like he does want to be a good parent figure for these children. He misses them. I feel like he misses them dearly. Like he knows he's done is not the right thing. I can't get the court will decide. But I have a feeling, yeah, like she might. I don't feel like she'll want him to see them. I feel like she may try to stop it, but I feel like she may not have a choice because at
Okay.
the same time he does have a right.
Yeah.
I just feel like, but there might be more court with that. So I just feel like court will decide. But I feel like positive, like you might get like, I'm not sure how it works over there, but I do feel like maybe like 30% of the time, like it might not be like 50% or like 100%, but there'll be like a percentage like 30% or something like that he will be able to see them. I feel like you're going to be able to help him with the children. You're very good.
Okay.
You're a very good mom to stand with him.
Thank you. Yes.
That's okay. That's okay. I'll leave it there, but thank you for calling in today.
Thank you.
It's okay.
And have
Thank you. You too. Have a good day. So everyone, it's an amazing week. If you do have some time and you are in Sydney, New South Wales, or if you can get to Sydney, in Darling Harbour, please come down and say hi. I'm in store A21. And it's there's a lot going on here. There's a lot of workshops. It's a really big festival. I'm here twice a year, and there's food, there's hot chocolate, there's readings, there's spiritual development, there's jewelry, there's everything here that you can think of. It's a really fabulous event that we have here. But if you want to contact me, you can. You can contact me on my website, Lady D Psychic Parties, or my says my website. My Instagram is Lady D Psychic. The same as my TikTok, and I also have a YouTube channel, which is Lady D or Danielle Psychic. So I hope you all have a wonderful week ahead and have a really good new moon. And I will see you again same time, different place next week. So bye for now.
Hello and welcome to the Psychic Side here on the A1R Psychic Radio Network, Moonstruck TV, Lightning TV, and a bunch of other places. We'd like to welcome you to our program, and we'd like to welcome especially our new listeners, our viewers, wherever you are taking in our program.